What's good? Welcome back to the Pop-Off Podcast, a conversation show about March Madness and future and Metro Boomin. I'm Ralph Compiano. I'm your host. And we're starting off with Mike Cerroni and his NC State belovedness, with Skyler Riesberg, with Spencer Clark, the co-hosts of the Box Out Boys, to join us for this special collab episode. You know, we're going to do spits and swallows. We're going to do popcorn picks and all of that good stuff. But we had to bring the college basketball experts on. Yeah, it's a collab, baby. You know, this is a collab season. Future and Metro, Popcorn Boys, and Box Out Boys. So this has been
Who's who?
4 crazy days of hoops. And let's just start right where we should. And that is with what team has impressed you most out of the first weekend. Every team by now has played 2 games. When people are listening to this, we're moving into the Sweet 16. Let's just take a quick look ahead, but also a look the last few days at what teams are impressing us the most. Clark, I'm going to start with you, Cerroni. Just pause it for a second. I know you want to do it, but I want to hear what Clark has to say. As somebody who's watched college basketball all year, what team came out this first weekend and you're like, holy fuck, they could win the national championship?
Yeah, I have a few picks. First of all, great to be here. Thank you guys for letting me be here. A pleasure.
Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it's good to see your face here.
I don't think there's any. I think I have
You're
to go
cuter than I
Illinois.
thought.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Illinois, I think, is my obvious pick.
Yep.
I just feel like they've just been boat racing people. Terrence Shannon Jr., stud, averaging like 30 a game in the tournament so far. So that's my first and foremost team. Balling.
Do you think that they actually have what it takes to like keep going on though? Because like, yeah, Shannon he's electric. I mean, we talked about him as like a player to watch going into this tournament. I think in his last 6 games, like including the Big Ten tournament, he's averaging 30 points. And so that's, NBA talent. Next they play Iowa State. So, they're going at Clark and Riesberg next.
That one hits home a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Clark's definitely a lot more confident than I am.
We'll do more preview stuff later this week, but yeah, what's your confidence level for Iowa State going against Illinois?
I mean, it's number 1 defense, number 1 offense. So I think it's going to be a crazy game. I don't know. I really have no idea how that thing's going to play out. I can tell you how I'd like it to play out, but I have no idea. Like, Illinois is insane.
What's Iowa State's record against scores that go for like 30 a game? Like, how do they do against like those electric scores?
A team like that. That's what I'm saying. They haven't played a team like that. So the reason I'm nervous is because who are we going to, say you lock everybody down, but then you can't contain Terrence Shannon Jr. Or we contain Terrence Shannon, hold him under 10 points or something, bad
so you're saying we too.
Then Coleman Hawkins. I can say we over – and you with NC State. I have ties to that school financially. So
I donate to NC State once a quarter.
I'll be an alumni
for all you
in the
know.
future.
Just because you buy a Hinge Plus subscription for one sorority chick at NC State doesn't mean you have financial ties to it.
All
okay?
right. Listen,
he's got the DJ Burns jersey coming, right?
Little Tony Cerroni. I always wanted my kid one day to go to Arizona State. When he's of age, he's graduating high school, and say, take a look at this, ball club down in North Carolina. I grew up with them,
You're going to call your little son Little Tone? Little Tony Cerroni.
His first name will be Anthony Cerroni, which is,
of course.
Tony is short for Anthony.
You're going to show him your tone.
So, yeah, Tony Cerroni, I just feel like that kid is just
destined for greatness. This weekend, I was like your little son. People were calling me DJ Bergatone. DJ Bergatone.
What?
No, nobody was saying DJ. It was just Bergatone.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's just a fun little nickname,
very big foot, shoes to fill. But I think you could do it. Are you a little hungover, Berg?
I'm super hungover. I'm super tired.
Tell through the shades.
Yeah, no, let's actually do that really quick. As a guy who's hosted the Box Out Boys on the pre-show call, Berg is telling us, he's like, people wanted to drink this weekend. I wanted to drink this weekend. So I watched basketball when I could. I set aside the whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to sit my ass on a couch. Actually, for Thursday and Friday, I went to like networking events, but they were networking events for college basketball for people to gather and watch March Madness together. So I did my
Was it
part
just a bar?
What?
as just a
You were
basketball
going to
fan.
networking college basketball events?
Yeah, it
you
was
just
tight.
you could just say you went to a bar.
What?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go to a
the
bar. No, the first one wasn't a bar.
It's called
Thursday
Hooters.
afternoon, 11 a.m. to like 1:30 p.m. I just went to an event, and it was like at a business, and they just had a bunch of TVs set up to watch college hoops. So that's what I was
It's
doing.
called Buffalo Wild Wings.
A work event?
What are you talking about? I'm so
Yes.
lost right now.
It doesn't matter. It was a work event, whatever. But
How many
Berg,
beers did you have?
I didn't have any
It's a
beers at
work
that
event.
one. I didn't have any beers at that one. Friday
No?
I did. Yeah.
That's a slippery slope. How much can you drink at a work event?
Oh, at a work event, I can drink because you know me, I can drink like 6 to 7 beers, but then I have to go somewhere after that. I can't go home and go to bed.
The
Well, I
night
like
But
to
are
before?
go-
people questioning those 6 to 7? Is
Yeah,
there like
that's
an
what I'm
unofficial rule?
They're
at
like,
these
Compiano had
events?
7.
No, if
We
you
don't
get
want to be at double
Yeah,
digits.
yeah.
You can't be in double digits.
you
at
get
a
2
work
free
event.
ones, so you gotta drink the
Can't
free
be.
ones fast and get like your social butterfly going. So that's what I do. I just glug like 2 confluences to the dome like right away,
I do the
and
same
then after
thing.
that, like I move into whiskey cokes and I'm just going. And whiskey cokes go down way too smooth after 2 beers.
Yeah,
so
they're
it's just
good.
like, all right, yeah, I've had and maybe like they're watered down a little bit because they start to see that
Other
I'm
than a
way too
Burns
social.
post move.
Yes. All right. So this is a perfect transition into, me going big and bold into the biggest and boldest and I don't know, just thuggest player that we have in the tournament right now, DJ Burns. He lived up to the hype. Like,
Dude, he's
he
not
had
even he's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, or so did you watch the game, Ralph? The full game? Bro.
I've watched both.
I mean,
yes.
I don't know how much for a guy that size and that look. I mean, this dude's too fat. He can't tuck his jersey in. It's just hanging. It's just Kyrie in the fourth all around his waistline. Dude, he is getting double and triple Berg. You'll fucking see when you watch the highlights tonight, like you promised me. Double and
Yeah.
triple
I'll watch the
teamed,
game tomorrow.
throwing up hook shots and I'm talking high off the glass, like Kyrie missing pieces in the backboard
Yeah.
off the glass, and they're falling. And one's dishing it. When he gets fouled, the big guy hits his free throws like he should. I mean, you saw Baylor or fucking Baylor today down 2 with 30 seconds left at the free throw line. The guy misses both of them. It comes down to free throws, comes down to little things. He gets his team going. He gets the chemistry going. Everybody in the world right now loves this guy. He's on fire. His team loves him. Everybody else is playing great. You got DR, this guy like I was talking about before. He's like in Ramadan, whatever. The guy hasn't eaten in like 5 days. Can only drink water after fucking like the sun sets.
Yep.
Just no excuses. Figure it out. Get the job done. You got one goal. It's this tournament for the rest of your life, dude. If NC State wins, when they win the title, Burns will get drafted. Hopefully to the Kings, so I can buy a jersey
when they win the title. Okay, so I do want to say one thing about the first game. Middlebrooks came in because Burns got in foul trouble early. The refs didn't really know how to call him. They called charges that I don't think were necessarily charges. And it's hard to ref a guy that's that big. Like you hear it with Shaq and LeBron all the time. Like they get fouled more than the average person. It doesn't get called as often, especially like in like the mid 2000s because they're such physical freaks. I think you could say the same thing about Giannis. Like Giannis gets to the rim. He's probably getting like raked at his arms and stuff like that. And they're just not calling it as much. With Burns, it's kind of the inverse. It's like, oh, that little guy that is guarding him is so small compared to his ass
pushing people
that he's just throwing people around. But then conversely, like on the double and triple teams, he's a really good passer. Like he's finding guys cross court. Those are not easy passes to make, especially like with the attention to detail on defense.
That's 3 guys on him.
And he's finding the shooters, and they have enough shooters to like spread the floor and knock down those open shots. So they can be dangerous. But Middlebrooks was really good when he got in foul trouble. He had 21 points and 4 boards, and he had 23 minutes.
In the Montana game, they were playing him. They were playing both of them on the floor at the same time, which was just a work of art to watch. Because Middlebrooks is a little bit faster. Obviously, you got to give the big fella some time to catch his breath, which is what I love that we play. We don't play until Friday.
The Wii is crazy.
Get your rest.
You have to admit
I got my merch. I got my merch shirt. Got my merch shirt coming in 2 weeks after the next pod. Man, I'm gonna try to get this guy on the pod. I've been DMing him all week, just firing up, just getting good vibes going. He hasn't seen any of them yet, but I can tell it went through to his play though.
You know what he's doing? Maybe he's looking at him though, but he's on airplane mode, and so it doesn't show that he's read it yet.
I like that a lot.
waiting.
I like that a lot,
was the
Riesberg.
thing.
He's not waiting for a
Yeah.
white guy DM. He's waiting for a
That's
DM from
probably what he's
Glorilla.
doing.
Like he's waiting on that Glorilla DM to be like, damn, here we go. Now I'm really taking
He's definitely
advantage of
getting
this.
laid.
Is he getting that?
He sees the
world
check
right now.
mark. He wants to check it out.
Petey and I were
I was
watching the
going to
game last
swallow
night.
this.
Okay, go ahead.
I was
Are we
going
to swallows?
I think it's a good time to bring it up prior to. I got another swallow. So we were talking about this a little pre-pod, and I think the world needs to hear this because this is just a phenomenon people know about. But the just superhuman superhero that you become during the Ramadan, just fasting, just only drinking water, only eating when it's dark out. What is that? That's obviously does something to somebody where it just absolutely elevates their game. I would love to see March Madness. Just every player just has to fast, has to just abstain or go through Ramadan, all those rituals and everything
And
they
hammer
got.
the unders.
And then just see like
front
how
rims.
crazy are they going to be? Will everyone elevate? Will it be the craziest thing? Like, will we have 10 superheroes on the floor at a time?
So you're
Or
saying
will it
like
have
make
impact
steroids legal for everybody so we can get the best product possible? There's like some people that believe in that camp.
Yeah, but that's
it's just
not.
like legalize
No, that's
steroids.
not what I'm
I
saying.
want to see
I'm
I wanna see
saying
these people
fast.
souped
Just
up.
fast.
Yeah, but you're
Let's see what
also
happens.
you're like. Have you ever
They're getting in the
fasted
right
before?
mind.
It's
Yeah.
not like you're
Not
not
long.
loving. Like you obviously become very like clean. You get some energy and it's good for
You're
your
disciplined.
insides. But like while it's happening, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
think
but we've
that
seen
guy
it.
doesn't want
It
to eat for?
sucks.
He's
Dude,
lower
they want
energy.
to
He's
eat,
got
but
no
it gets
calories.
them more locked in. They're disciplined. They're like, all right, it's go time. I haven't eaten. I'm not even thinking about anything but what I need to do right now. Is what
No,
we
you're thinking
see,
about
I feel.
food. You're thinking about food 24.
Maybe that's what helps. Maybe people need to think about food more while they're playing basketball because the's some correlation here. That's what I'm getting at here, where we're seeing superhumans out there that because
Yeah,
they're
DR's going off.
fasting.
Riesberg, would you be?
That's my whole
How
point.
pissed would you be if we were on the same team in college and we worked our ass all year, and then the best player on our team got to March and was like, "Sorry guys, I'm gonna be super fucking tired this month. I can't eat."
Yeah, I
I'd
can't
be
drink
pissed
water
if you came
until
in
the
with
sun
if they came in
sets.
with that energy. I'd be pissed.
My God said I can't eat this month. What?
No, can't they drink water whenever?
My God.
They need water. Water.
No,
So
they can't. He cannot take. Diarra couldn't take a sip of a Gatorade in game until after half because that's when the
Pussy
sun
shit.
set. So he's
but
out there.
he had
just,
the right mentality. It made him better.
I mean,
I see where everybody's coming from.
I
Let me
see
just
where you're
delegate
going,
it.
but it's not an advantage. I don't. It's
I only see my viewpoint, and I'm really good at seeing other people's sides. I'll say that, but I don't see your guys's right now.
All right, so
the
let me
guys
say
played-
this.
He couldn't drink for the first half.
So DR is coming out there. He can't eat a thing. Meanwhile,
No.
DJ Burns is out there eating for two. Like he's just taking
Eating
all his meals.
everything.
So like I feel
Yeah,
like
DJ
as a
Burns.
teammate, like I'd be like, all right, like now this is affecting my team where like we have, so many free meals allotted to us. Now DJ's just eating more because he's got a little bit of a problem. But PD and I were
That's
talking
why he
about this
played
last
so
night.
well.
This is a great angle on it too. So we're sitting like right there on the couch, me and P watching, and we just have like this debate for like 5 minutes going back and forth about what kind of bitches DJ Burns likes. What do you guys think he likes? Because PD went stereotypical. He's like big fat white girl, and I said no. Glorillas, like really little light skinned chicks. That's where I lean, but like I could be
Do we
wrong.
know where he's from?
I can look into it. I'll do all the research right now, but
That-
you guys just speculate in the meantime.
I would say, I'd say fat white bitches. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, yeah, they definitely got to have some girth to them, because they got to be. I mean, if he's backing down, big centers that easily, it's gonna be pretty rough in the bedroom if if they don't have the weight to her. But I don't know. Maybe he dabbles in his own. I don't know how to say this, but maybe like some Glorilla, some
Yes,
some
I
what's her
think
name,
I'm
Amber
kinda leaning
Rose,
towards that.
some
Ooh.
what's her name, Ice Spice,
Kind of a big woman.
some
These
thickies.
are thicker girls. I
Yeah,
think he does
I can
like
see
little
that.
small gorillas and just picking them up, holding them with one arm, just showing
Backing
off.
him down.
Yeah, backing them down.
Yeah.
I think I think my first thought was definitely why wouldn't he love big white girls? Why wouldn't he? He
I'll
definitely
ask
does.
Yeah.
him.
But he
I'll
went through
DM
that
him. I'll
phase.
see.
He went through that phase, and now he just loves backing down little gorillas.
Yeah, he's a lot of testosterone.
I think
in Burns
so.
these past couple weeks.
Well, yeah, so he's been amazing, but the team that they defeated in the second round, do we have to spend any time on Golke? I don't know where you guys stand on guys like Golke, but Petey and I are of the same breadth where we're like, this is exciting, I guess, but like kind of fuck this guy at the same time.
I'll see him at Enterprise in a couple of years.
I wouldn't say it's a fuck this guy, but it's like, you had your moment, now get out of my life.
I had an issue with I had a fuck this guy moment though. It was like right after the game ended, him and the coach were talking to the sideline reporter, and he said, "We're not a Cinderella." Like, yes, the fuck you are. You're a 14 seed and you're from Oakland, and everybody thought that was California, and it turns out to be Michigan.
Yeah, I thought everybody.
But if they kept winning, that mentality would have been sick. Like if they kept going, it'd be like, he keeps backing it up. Yeah, because they didn't. Now it's
big
like
fat fucking if. Yeah,
loser.
Yeah, I saw this post from Barstool. It was like legendary, like all-time legendary run for goal. And it's like, dude, you guys won one game.
Yeah.
Right.
What the fuck, dude? You got to at least go to the Elite Eight or Final Four for it to be a run. Like, wait, how far did Jimmer go? Didn't Jimmer go to the Final Four?
No, they're like Sweet 16, I think.
Sweet 16, I think. But you have to win 2 games to even have an opportunity to be like more.
Yeah, because most upsets just get dragged in the second round.
I don't know if you guys watched that first game when he hit 10 threes. That motherfucker was just catching it and shooting it from the parking lot.
That's what we made him do. We made him dribble, and
That's
he
his
could
go-to.
not hit it off the dribble.
That's what we made him do. It's just insane.
Yeah, that was actually bad. That's a tough one.
No, that was good. That one was good.
No, now he's putting himself in the coaching huddle where he's
like,
well,
now put myself on the
he's
floor.
on the court.
I'm putting myself on the floor. Yeah,
he's like, that's what we did when we huddled up at 5. I said, this is what we got to do. We got to get the boy to dribble.
When I get into teams, man, like the Ravens, like it's funny. I met a kid. Me and the kid I'm living with right now, Adrian, his cousin came over because we had a dinner reservation at 8, and he walked in at like a minute into overtime, and I mean that kid thinks I'm a lunatic from what he saw for the first 35 seconds of meeting me. And we weren't getting calls, all the bullshit. That's why NC State wasn't getting shit for calls. Doesn't matter. Keep making plays. Just like the Ravens. Go ahead. Trip Lamar in the end zone for a safety. Fuck it. We'll pick Purdy off 5 times and fucking drag you on Christmas.
All right. Let's move on.
All right, next team. I'm good.
I do want to talk about the cold ass white boys, and I have kind of like a differentiator between them. So the team that's standing out to me right now is Marquette, who will play NC State. But Kolek is standing out to me a lot. You know, a guy who strained his pec in the Big East tournament, wasn't able to play in that, and is now finding his footing again. And I thought it was interesting. I watched him, Dalton Connect, and Tucker DeVries all in the span of like 48 hours. And just the kind of subtle differences between the 3 versions of the cold-ass white boy. One, I was disappointed by Tucker. I just want to say that much. That kind
crumbled.
Clark, I think you brought it up in the group chat, actually. You're like, can we trust him down the stretch or something to that vein? Where it looked like the moment was too big for him.
He didn't want the ball.
Didn't want the ball. He was searching and like trying to occupy anywhere else on the floor except being at the top of the key with the ball in his hands. Versus watching Tyler Kolek today, it's coming down to the stretch, and he's like dribbling around the paint, and he's doing this move where like he starts on the left block, goes all the way around the baseline, and then right to the middle of the paint, and then just floats it up over, was it Lampkin, the big kid for Colorado?
Yep.
And it's just like he's too quick, but it's like that decision right there is he knew the game is in my hands. I'm going to make the play. And then Connect, on the other hand, Tennessee just looks like a fucking they look good. Like they look really, really solid. I think Connect is what everybody wants Golke to be. Like that's a guy who comes off the screens, shoots, can attack off the dribble, and all that kind of stuff. But just 3 different kind of iterations of the cold-ass white boy that the box out boys have been talking about all year.
Yeah. That Connect Shireman game next week is going to be
and Shireman.
It's going to be a must watch. It's going to be so good. But bringing up Tucker DeVries, I was waiting for this, just hoping it didn't happen because I want to see Drake have a little fun. But Tucker DeVries, not a tournament guy. Not a tournament guy. Last year, I'm pretty sure he shot like 1 for 13 from the field in that Miami game. Ass. After just having a good season, you know, everybody's like, this guy could go to the NBA. This guy's Drake's always the biggest Cinderella threat in the tournament with Tucker DeVries. He's let us down 2 years in a row. Now he's out of here. Now his dad's off to West Virginia. Not a tournament guy. Kind of embarrassing. I don't think there's any argument against it.
Oh, is that his dad?
It's kind of sad, though. Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Well, Clark, what did you see from DeVries? Like when I saw him, I thought he was a step too slow and he couldn't get his shot off quick enough. I don't see NBA for him.
I think he is an NBA guy just because he facilitates so well, and he's a sneaky 6'9".
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
So,
oh shit,
and he's a big body. He just like I don't know what it is. He doesn't utilize his body well. Like he doesn't use it to get positioning. And then
who does?
Okay.
Sorry, I'll let you continue. I'll let you continue. One name pops into my head real quick, but I'll let you finish.
I know who does. We do.
Yeah,
That's
we
who does.
We know who you're talking about. Yeah. But I just felt like Tucker was afraid. I don't know. That game was over and Darnell Brody fouled out.
Yep, I agree. And yeah, to your point about his body, like if he is like 6'8", 6'9", then if he's being guarded by guards, then he should be able to take advantage of those mismatches. But the problem is everybody else on Drake's team is so small that they can just throw a wing at him, even though he's probably, their combo guard kind of guy. And then, yeah, I mean, we should talk about Shireman too, because Creighton. So I didn't know this about Shireman. I've been watching them off and on the last 2 years. Obviously, I have familiarity with Kolkbrenner, 2-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. But Shireman is the only college basketball player in college basketball history to have 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, and 300 threes. So really a do-it-all guy. And that lefty stroke is so fucking gorgeous. I could watch him shoot all day. It's kind of like a line drive. Kind of like the Clark jumper where it's like, it's just getting over that rim, kissing the back of it, and then going in. It is a good player comp for Clark. Yeah, I would take that every day of the week. But he's a really good playmaker too. And that's what I think is so great about Creighton is they have 3 to 4 guys who are, you can trust them with the ball in their hands. So that was the team I wanted to mention too. The 2 Big East teams, Marquette and Creighton. Obviously, everybody knows UConn, but those 2 have looked really, really good to me in the first couple of rounds. Berg, is there anybody in your limited watching of basketball this weekend that stood out to you?
Yeah, limited to, I mean, if I watched most of the games. It was just end of the night, past that, we'll say 6 p.m. The drinking started early. It got a little blurry on when watching games, just getting into too many good conversations. But any other standout teams? I like, fuck it, man. I'm just living life, having a good time, networking.
I love it. Yeah.
But I'd say Purdue has impressed me the most.
Okay.
Like they would have been my number one team to say,
man.
Just because every game they probably had the most money line bets against them. Everybody's just expecting them to lose game to game, and let's call it what it is. They've played like dog shit teams. I don't think this Utah State team was good, but nowhere near the level of Purdue, and not that good.
They weren't very good.
They were good in the Mountain West. I think they won it. Just completely threw me off.
To win, I mean, dude, they were Purdue. What did they win by 40? Like literally 40
106
points?
to 67. Yeah, 39.
That Utah State team looked bad today, but they are like a legitimate good team. Like I had Purdue listed as my second most impressive team because you beat any team by 40. I think you
don't do that by accident. Yeah,
I think Zaga's right up there too, and now they're playing each other. I think that's gonna be a super fun game. The people were doubting Zaga, and Ike came out and said, "Quit it."
How about fucking and then your name, fucking Grant Foster? He could play in the NBA. Guy. He is that guy is a bucket.
After watching him, do you think he has potential to be drafted?
Oh, 100%. He's like he reminds me of all right, so he's a senior, and Jaylen Brown was doing this at Cal as a freshman, but he seems like he has that kind of build, 6'7" wing, pretty good handle, crazy athlete, but he's older than Jaylen was when he was a freshman, so his touch around the rim is really nice. He finds angles well, good passer. I just don't think there was enough talent on that team to kind of support him in a deep run, but I thought he was one of the 10 best players that I watched so far in the tournament easily.
He's one of the top 5.
I think we could have been hearing his name earlier if not for all the health issues he went, and then he for some reason went to DePaul and just all that moving around on him. I think he would have been a way bigger name in March by now, or just in college basketball in general. If it wasn't for that, this is just his first full, healthy, ready to go year for the most part.
I feel like he could be a sneaky, some NBA team picks him up and then
I hope he gets drafted.
Starts. Yeah, that kid's a fucking bucket. I love GCU today. They couldn't pull it off, but he was.
I know. I wanted a GCU Arizona matchup. That would have been electric.
Bros.
That would have been sick. All right, I've got a couple of teams that we got to talk about for disappointments. Clark, which one of these teams disappointed you the most? Okay, Auburn, Kentucky, BYU, St. Mary's, Drake, or New Mexico, and then there's one more that I had. Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah,
which one of those teams disappointed you the most?
BYU, and it's not even close.
Okay,
BYU losing robbed us of the best game of the tournament of Illinois BYU. That game, they each would have scored 100 points.
Yeah, maybe.
We got robbed.
And they had another Ramadan guy. They had Ali Khalifa, who was doing the same thing. But this is a counterpoint.
Looks so good, huh?
They didn't make him a superhero. He looked thirsty out there.
Yeah. You know what didn't look thirsty? Diarra.
He was on his knees.
Boards, that's it.
Okay.
Some guys got it, some guys don't.
Well, as somebody who hasn't watched BYU all year, what was so disappointing about them? I mean, they lost to Duquesne. They should have been a 5 seed, but they said they can't play on Sunday because they're Mormons, so they got moved to a 6 seed instead. And then they get matched up with Duquesne, who's an 11 seed, and they lose. But what was it about BYU that didn't look like their regular season selves?
They just didn't play like themselves. They didn't spread the ball very well. They didn't shoot well. They've been a lights-out three-point shooting team all year, and they just didn't shoot the ball well. They didn't spread. They didn't play good defense. It was just
they played awful defense. They didn't even show up to that game. I didn't recognize that team at all. But it's what you know about teams like BYU going into the tournament. They literally, before every game, I swear announcers are saying, live by the 3, die by the 3. And they get super hyped when they're living by it. And then when they die, like, we're all shocked. Like, oh my God, what happened to this team? It's like, well, they didn't fucking make any threes.
March Madness, one game.
Yeah.
Like, just like Baylor, too. Baylor usually shoots. Doesn't Baylor usually shoot pretty lights out?
Mm-hmm.
And, today nothing was falling, dude. And they just, there it goes. Done.
I will say, I think it could have been hindsight's 2020. Probably should have seen this BYU upset happening. I mean, I just thought they lived by the 3, thought they lived by it, but I'm pretty sure Duquesne defends the perimeter pretty well. And BYU's not the smartest coaching-wise with changing up their schemes and switch. If they're not hitting shots, they should know to switch to 2s, but they don't do that in game. They usually figure that out in between games, and they're like, okay, we need to like see if this works for us now. They're not good at figuring it out in the game. They're just like, we'll keep shooting them. I'm like, if we go by the numbers, like we should hit them and it'll help us. But no, they sucked, didn't show up.
No, that's really interesting actually though, Berg, that point about them not being able to go to their second option, because people talk about this in the NBA playoffs all the time. You cannot win one way in the NBA playoffs. You have to be able to adapt and play with like a multiplicity of schemes and dynamics, where if you're only going to rely on shooting, like people think like the Warriors won based only on shooting in 15, 16, etc. That's not the case. Like they were one of the best defensive teams in the league. They could attack the rim like crazy, and they just put so much pressure on you on the outside that it opened up all these other avenues for their motion offense. They really ran a Spurs level offense, except they just shot more threes. That was the only difference. Meanwhile, the Rockets, on the other hand, during that same run with like Harden and Chris Paul, they lived by the 3 and died by the 3, literally. Like they had a game where they missed 27 straight threes against the Warriors in an elimination game at home, and that fucked them over because they only could do that. They didn't want to do anything else. They couldn't shoot mid-range. They couldn't attack the basket. They didn't have Capella for the lobs and all that kind of stuff. So it's interesting you bring that up about BYU, because I think the teams that are at their best this time of year, I think UConn's the best example of it. I don't know what their like strategy is. I just know that they're a fucking good basketball team and that they are just, one, they're deep. They have the talent 1 through like 8 or whatever it is, but they also can beat you in so many different ways. And I know that's a cliche that's thrown around a lot, but essentially the idea of that is I can beat you from 3. I can beat you in pick and roll. I can beat you in a flex offense. I can go a bunch of different routes and I can still beat your ass that way. So if I'm not beating you from 3, then we can do a different kind of strategy here. So BYU, it sounds like they just didn't have that in their bag. Like they were just the Houston Rockets.
They just didn't show up. On that UConn note, did you guys see Dan Hurley during that first game? I think it was against Stetson. Yeah, Stetson. They're up like 40 at halftime. They're interviewing him. He's like just pissed off, just shaking his head, just sloppy defense. You know, this isn't a championship team right here. This is a terrible mentality everybody's got. What are we doing? It's like they scored 19.
Points. They haven't scored
like
yet.
They're at 19 points. Well, you're good. But okay, like if this is your strategy, just what a psycho. I love it.
I do love that shit.
Yeah, UConn's nasty.
He's wearing everything like that he wore last year, like what he wore in the first round game. He wore that for the first round game this year. In the second round, like down to his socks. He's a loser.
He's a little superstitious. You know, it's the same underwear too.
Someone's got to repeat. There's got to be a first time for everything.
Other teams that disappointed, we got to talk about Kentucky. So,
yeah,
you know, we know the Dillinghams, the Shepherds, the Reeveses of the world. Even like a guy like DeJuan Wagner or DJ Wagner that we haven't talked about like all year, like was one of the top 5 prospects coming into this year. You know, they lose to Oakland. What did you guys see from Kentucky that disappointed you? Was it the same kind of thing with BYU? Can you credit up just to missing shots? Because I can think of one instance where it was, I think they were down 1, okay, and a player for Oakland, it wasn't even Golke, it was one of the other 2 guys, drove left to the block, and Dillingham was guarding the kid in the corner, and Dillingham helped on the drive. The guy kicked to the corner, the guy made a 3. Okay, so now Oakland is up 4 in that situation, which makes it a lot more difficult than being down 3. In that scenario, if you have a senior out there instead of a freshman, they know not to help off the corner because that's the easiest shot in basketball from 3, right? And that's the clincher right there. So I just thought it was one of those moments where I was like, one, you can attribute that to coaching. That's Calipari's fault. Don't help off the corners in that situation. But 2, that's also, you can just credit it up to youth. Like Dillingham's just young and he doesn't realize in that time and clock situation, you can't be doing that.
And I agree with you. My biggest takeaway on that is, yes, I think it's Cal's fault because here we are in March, but also it's Dillingham, and he didn't. I mean, defense. Sometimes he just played like a fucking idiot. To be honest,
100%.
So I think it's partially. I don't even think it's the youth. I think it's just that Dillingham is not great at defense. Doesn't really care about defense, and Cal hasn't really made him care about it this year. So that's what I think that's a big part of it.
So did he have a good game aside from that? Because I really didn't watch most of that game. Like I went back and watched it, but I mean, it looks like 2 for 9, 2 for 6. He had 10 points. You know, I guess he had 6 boards and 3 assists, but I don't know. He's one of those guys where it's like, all right, Wagner played 17 minutes. Edwards played 16 minutes. And I know Edwards is like projected to be like a 2nd-round pick or whatever, but he's a freshman too, I guess. But he has some length. I don't know. Like, what would you have done with this Kentucky? What would you have done with this Kentucky team that would have been different than what he did? Because I mean, there's just no fucking reason they should be losing to a 14 seed. I don't care if a kid makes 10 threes. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're going to go the Coach K route, right? Take Kentucky off their jerseys. Say, you guys don't fucking deserve this. You guys don't guard anybody. Why are we playing 100 to 100 games in college basketball? Just humiliate them. And I think they're doing well confidence-wise. I don't think that's hurting. So I don't think it's going to, take away from your offensive side. Just the fact that they never got better on defense, they had moments, sure. But no, they also just putting a team together where you have Antonio Reeves, who's a senior, but then basically everybody else is a freshman, or maybe you have one sophomore in there. It's just not a recipe for success in March. The moment's just too big, especially when you get a guy like Golke making 10 threes. These freshmen are probably just too phased. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do against that?
A guy that came off
you
the
kind of
bench
lose
too.
the confidence.
The crowd's going crazy.
Like, they probably didn't scout that guy. Like, Golke came off the bench for them. He wasn't even a starter. Shepard and Dillingham don't come off the bench. Like, I guarantee you Oakland was scouting Shepard and Dillingham because they had heard about them. But Cal is probably like, all right, we're going to scout the first 5 guys, but we're going to focus on us and what we do.
You think Coach Cal even scouted?
Yes, I mean, he has to. Like, their team definitely does. Maybe it's not him specifically, but I bet it's like his staff.
See, my problem
but behind closed doors, did he? Yeah, I don't know.
My problem with Coach Cal is he just wants to be a fun, cool uncle to all these guys. He doesn't want to be mean to them. He doesn't want to discipline them, and that's why they keep getting knocked out early, I think. Do you think he's out of there?
Well, what is it? It's a
Not
$34 million buyout. $33 million buyout for the lifetime contract. I think it was so interesting. I don't know if we talked about it yet, but before that game was played, he was talking in like a press conference scenario, and he didn't talk about, all right, so I would, as a Duke fan, like their similar program, Kentucky Duke, right? If Shire had said this, I would have been pissed. He said, when you come to Kentucky, we have 73% of our players that are given a scholarship go to the NBA. That's an amazing statistic. That's crazy. 70% of those 73% get to a second contract, right? So your first 4 years, you're under contract in the NBA. After that, they're getting to a second contract. His players, since Calipari has been in Kentucky, have made north of $4 billion. And he said, he's like, $4 billion. Like, he's very proud of that fact. So then he said, we don't set up, he's like, when you come to Kentucky, we're setting you up for the rest of your life. Okay, those are his exact words. We're setting you up for the rest of your life. We're going to change your families. We're going to make your family so happy and give you generational wealth when you come to Kentucky. if I were like as a Duke fan, if Shire had said that you come to Duke for the rest of your life, I'd be pissed because I would be like, no, you come to Duke to win ACC championships, to win national championships, to win all of these championships. You come here to fucking win. You don't come here for money. You get money because you're winning. Like that's the difference in like the kind of attitude.
It's almost
and
like
change.
shying away. That's like you're gonna lose. It's like
Exactly.
I like you're almost assuming like he's like, yeah, we're gonna give it a go in the tournament, but this is like bigger picture. Yeah, I was confused at where you were going with that, but yeah, that makes sense how that rubbed you the wrong way.
I mean, it pissed me off. I'm not even a Kentucky fan. I'm like, I get it. I'm an NBA fan, so I want to see these guys come into the NBA as best as they possibly can. Like, I want them to go to good schools and good situations, so when they get to the league, they're more ready and their development doesn't take as long to figure it out. I think Duke does a really good job of that. Like, guys usually come from Duke and know their role in the NBA and exceed in that role. Kentucky's the same way. They have more all-stars than anybody. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Davis, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, you name it. Like, you can go down the list. But as far as, like, I mean, in the last 5 years, they've made it to one Sweet 16, and they're perennially a blue blood. Like, when do you revoke somebody of blue blood status? Like, they're going to keep getting those guys forever and ever as long as he's there. But, like, you have to actually do something in March and April if you want to maintain that status. Like, Duke has probably underperformed a little bit, but we made it to the Final Four 2 years ago with Paolo and all of those guys.
I don't think you can revoke the blue blood status regardless of, how bad you're doing. I think it's more of a history thing, but Coach Cal's so proud of that. He sets himself up in a really good way there where he's showing you where his expectations are, just so, everything else is a little cherry on top. Oh, SEC regular season champions. Hey, look what we did. We just won the tourney. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? But it's still about the boys. It's still look at my billions out there.
Okay, let me ask you this though: do you consider UCLA to be a blue blood?
No.
But here's the thing on this, because I was having this discussion with someone today, and I'm going to revert it back to Kentucky. If Coach Cal wasn't there, what makes Kentucky a premier head coaching job? Because if you lose Coach Cal, you lose these 5 stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look where they were before him. Like, it was Tubby Smith before him.
Tubby Smith won a title. Fair enough. Shout out Tubby. But you're right. He had 10 years of won one right away and then was lackluster for the last 10.
That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, they're always going to have the donors. They're always going to have BBN and the branding and the jerseys and stuff like that. Also, they need to bring back those two-tone shooting sleeves that John Wall used to rock. Saw that video and like, oh my god, these are so filthy. And like the checkers.
I forgot about those.
Those are so cool.
See those.
I want to get those on eBay.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Dude, that school is too big of a brand. That'd be like, I mean, if that was on the market, I'd feel bad for Louisville right now. That'd be easily the top job to go to. They're such a big brand, even without Cal. Cal's obviously a large contributor to that brand, but like you said, they got money out the wazoo. They got endless amounts of money, so the NIL will keep coming. The fandom is so strong in Kentucky. Like when we talk about Duke, North Carolina, it's like it's bigger than basketball. It's your religion out there. People you go to the gas station, after a game or something, cashier's in a bad mood. Why. And like you get it too. You say something like, what the fuck's our team doing? And he's like, oh. Yeah, it's just that creates the community out there. Like that's what it's all about out there. It's bigger than church, bigger than religion. So they'll be
Will they? All right. I mean, I guess they will. Like, I've always thought that Calipari is the kind of guy where, like, I think he would be at his best if he had an associate head coach. Like, it's like, all right. So think about the 2008 Celtics. Okay, Doc Rivers was their head coach. Now he's a rah guy. He's a smart guy. He's definitely a smart coach. But the reason that they won the title wasn't because of Doc Rivers being their head coach. It was because Tom Thibodeau was their assistant head coach. He was the one that was in charge of their defense, which stifled everybody. He figured out how to stop Kobe and things of that nature. Calipari needs a Thibodeau. He needs somebody to come in, take that second seat, and really run the X's and O's. While Calipari can be the fun uncle. Like, he's so good at that. He's going to get the guys to come in. But and Jay Wright has way too much pride to do something like that. But he needs a guy like Jay Wright that really knows hoops inside and out. And especially this generation of hoops, like, no offense to these older coaches, but basketball's changed so much, even over the last 6 years. And it's not you can't get by on just talent anymore. And I think you used to be able to do that when you had an Anthony Davis and a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, or if you had the Harrison twins and whoever else. But now it's just different. Right.
Can I plug my dream Calipari scenario that people are going to call me a crazy man for? but I would love to see him go to Vanderbilt.
Okay, go through it.
It's Nashville.
That'd be disgusting.
It's Nashville. It's a big area, and they have
They're like
so much
the Southern
fucking,
Purdue.
They have so much fucking NIL money.
Oh,
they have like $8 million pool for their basketball team.
All right, well, let me ask you this.
What are they
Clark,
doing with it?
Because you guys did the Warren Buffett thing. Like, what's preventing Warren Buffett from like throwing $1 billion at Creighton and being like, do what you will with it, right?
I don't know why these people aren't fucking doing that.
Let's say you're the $1 billion guy, Clark, let's say you're the $1 billion guy, and you're a Kentucky fan. Would you pay the $33 million to Calipari to go fuck off into retirement and like hire Jay Wright and be like, hey, Jay Wright, listen, I've got, $967 million here for you to coach my team. Like, do what you will with it. You can allot it wherever you want. Would you make Jay Wright a billionaire to become the head coach of Kentucky?
Yes, dude. That's such a movie moment.
I think the return's there too.
Wait, you don't even throw an offer out. You give him an empty check and you just say, write the number.
But I don't know that Jay Wright would be my choice.
Okay.
Why?
I'd probably go Scott.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
So is NIL is NIL money like a salary cap like in the NBA and NFL?
There's no
or
cap.
is it just
there's no
cap
rules?
They haven't
talking
navigated
about
the rules yet.
it, It's lawless right now.
It's lawless. That's
so
why
it's just so if you're getting a fat don't. That's actually insane.
If I won the lottery right now, if I won $300 million, I could be like to a 5-star quarterback, be like, "Why don't you come to Iowa State and I'll just fucking write you a check for $10 million all 4 years."
Yep.
We see Clark in the Des Moines Register, like newfound billionaire, like signs this quarterback to Iowa State.
I'd bring a fucking title for us. I would. I'd die trying.
Patrick Mahomes is using the 2 years left of eligibility that he has in the NCAA and going to Iowa State.
They're paying him so fucking much.
We start calling you 11th man. Oh, I guess it's basketball, but
I'd make sure DJ Burns plays a 5th year. Some extra eligibility.
You throw a bag at the boy.
You think he's big now? Wait till he has got some extra bread to spend.
How much would you pay DJ Burns? How much would you pay him to play for your team?
Yearly subscription to McDonald's.
You got to throw the blank check at him again. I love that move.
I would give him. I mean, dude, I'd let him speak first, and I'd line him up with every perk, every girl, every fast food deal, everything that boy wanted, as long as he keeps eating. And honestly, fuck it, I'll take the whole, because I'm a Kings fan, a Sacramento Kings fan. Just give me the first 5 and Middlebrooks. Give me 6 guys on NC State right now, and let's just rebuild around them in Sacramento.
Dude, get him a McDonald's deal. Yeah, get him a, you know those meals like a
really
DJ Double Mac
up in the West. I just think our chemistry, our heart, it could really transfer over to the NBA pretty well.
If you do that, they're losing by 7-5 every game. And De'Aaron Fox would have a field day with them if he got traded to the fucking like Clippers.
No, we'll keep Fox. We'll keep a couple, but I get Burns in his comfy seat on the bench, whatever that guy needs. He just needs to keep backing down people. I'd love to see it.
Is he 6'5", 6'7"?
6'7".
6'7", okay. That's tall.
That's all that matters.
425.
He's a winner.
He's a bucket.
He's a winner.
All right. Other teams that disappointed that we have to shout out: Texas Tech, Auburn,
New Mexico is a big one for me.
Yeah, New Mexico was like the favorite going in that game.
Run. Yeah.
Dude, that's a team who just did not show up. I mean, with that, that was so sad to watch. In such a just classic Mountain West, you make the tournament, everyone's so hyped about you, and then your 2 leading scorers just don't know how to put the ball in the bucket at all, and then the team just got so confused on what to do after that. Their strategy was the same as BYU's, like, we can't keep shooting this bad. Let's just keep doing it. And also because we don't have another – in New Mexico's case, they're like, we don't have other reliable options at all. So, like, what do you do in that situation? 2 leading scorers just can't score.
If your 2 leading scorers can't score, you have to change something. Because I always say to my kids, and I say it to like a couple of kids on my team that are good shooters, right? Like, not every kid on my team is a good shooter. But I tell them this concept of we want to play the percentages, okay?
Yeah.
And the idea of play the percentages is if you're a 40% three-point shooter and you miss your first 6, then that means if you take 4 more, they're all going to go in, right? Like, just keep that in your mind. It's the Kobe thing. It's like it's a confidence thing. He's like, if I miss my first 6, I know that 7th one is going in. If that 7th one doesn't go in, I'd be fucking shocked if the 8th one doesn't go in. And if the 8th one doesn't go in, then the 9th one has to go in.
Right.
And it's just so on and so forth, right? So it's like you have to have that mentality, especially this time of year, especially those two guys. I didn't watch that game, but like I imagine that it was a crumbling, right? If it looks sad, but it wouldn't have been sad if they went out chucking. Like if those two guys didn't stop shooting. I'd like to look at their field goal attempts. All right, we should take one moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, we covered it. They couldn't miss, or they couldn't make a bucket.
I had to mute you for a second, Cerroni, because you were pissing. No, you're good. Oh wait, fuck. Yeah, you're good now.
I'm good. You're back.
Right.
He's back.
I was gonna say too. Also in that game, Eddie House's son got fouled out with like I think there was like 7 or 8 minutes left in the second half, and when he because he was kind of like the heart and soul. I haven't watched
Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn.
Dude, when he got fouled out, I mean, just the look on that team, like you could tell a lot from the body language. It was just like, oh, this is over.
You see,
Mashburn's kid too.
They handed him the water bottle, and he just fucking poured it all over the floor. It was just so mad. It's like I'm just letting it all be wet.
Yeah,
so much
I mean, he's got passion.
He's got heart, man.
Dude, it was just all the fucking. I feel like whenever in the tournament, like especially betting wise, everybody and their mother is on New Mexico, and I was like, like, you almost just know Clemson's gonna win that game because it's just like
they definitely felt disrespected.
Yeah, bro, it's and Clemson won again today,
and they got ballers on the team. And I mean, PJ Hall is pretty solid. That's another white guy we don't talk about, but Clemson's good. It's just it felt like a South Carolina situation to me, where it's like. You definitely weren't picked that high in the ACC standings. South Carolina was like towards the bottom. I'm sure Clemson was in the middle. You kind of have a season where people are turning their eyes towards you like, oh shit, this is very impressive out of you. Like we fuck with that. But then you get to the tourney and it's like almost, we're clapping your hands for you. You did good. Nobody's going to be mad at you if you lose this game. It's all good. But they came out and like, fuck that.
A Clemson thing really quick, because all year I heard you guys talk about how the ACC is a dog shit conference. And they have 4 teams.
Those words.
4 teams in the Sweet 16. Just wanted to say that really quick, but the best of the bunch.
Same stats last year.
Not the best of the bunch. The second best of the bunch. North Carolina is the best of the bunch.
I love Gerard. He's so sick.
What did you guys think of Duke today? Objective observers. I mean, obviously, I was electric. I was like, this is just way too easy. Everything's going down. We look absolutely amazing. We look like the team that I thought they would be at the beginning of the year. But what did you guys think of them? Did you guys have fun watching them? Did McCain and Proctor get you going a little bit? Just absolutely nailing threes?
McCain for sure did. I duetted one of his TikToks, and it's in my drafts right now, but I'm ready to send that off to him after his game.
That needs to be posted. That needs to be sent out right now.
But that's how he makes me feel. Like everybody clowns him for the TikToks. We've talked about it all day. Get it? But dude, it's just let the man's balling. If the man's balling, we can clown it, but you also gotta you go to those comments, it's like he'll do this and then drop 30. I love it.
Yeah.
You have to respect it.
They were telling the story too. I guess he has like what does he have, like almost like a twin brother or like some
older brother, yeah.
Like I don't know what, some medical reason where he couldn't, continue balling. And he's like their like assistant manager or something. Yep. So he's just doing it for like, I love the story like that. Like he's just doing it for his little bro. And they're going through it together. So yeah, good for him for fucking hooping
shout out McCain family.
I mean, what did he hit? 9 threes?
8 for 11 from 3.
Oh, started 6 for 6.
Mm-hmm. Started 6 for 6. Yeah, I saw that. Wow. I was like, what the fuck?
Imagine hitting. I've never hit 6 threes in a game. That's fucking unreal.
But he's also like, I mean, he's a fucking good player, man. He's a freshman. He's really good at attacking the gaps. He doesn't force it when he gets hot. I wish that when he got hot, he would have forced it a little bit more to break that fucking stupid Golke record. But I was just really impressed with him. Awesome. With Proctor. Like Proctor, I think he's my favorite player on the team. He's a sophomore guard from Australia, and he actually should be a freshman technically, but he reclassified up a grade. So he's young for a sophomore. but he's the kind of guy where like you can tell the moment the game tips off, like what his confidence level is. He missed his first 2 threes, and then he got a third opportunity on the left wing, all in like the first like 5 minutes of the game, and he kept shooting. And I was like, that's exactly like we just talked about with Mexico.
Keep shooting.
That's what you want to see. And then Filipowski looked really good. And they like I told you guys before the game, I'm like, this team like can be really fucking soft sometimes, and they look tough today. Like I'm not sure what James Madison's toughness level is, but it looked like James Madison was like expecting another Wisconsin, and they didn't get another Wisconsin. They expected a soft team in Duke, and Duke was like, all right, man, we'll fucking ball. I mean, I'm really proud of those guys.
Duke, they had some ugly losses too, like the last month, where my confidence was
they talked about it.
San Diego State's looking great, Clark.
Love that. Yeah,
I think
Duke
a tough
looked good.
matchup next week.
That's all you got, Clark? Duke looked good?
Duke looked good. Whatever.
That's all you need to say.
I fucking hate Duke, but I respect that they look good today. I can't stand Flip.
Who do they play? Who do they play next?
They play Houston most likely, unless something crazy happens in this game.
They're about to Texas names about to get put away.
They're getting put. And I like the kid's TikToks too. I'm going to say that too. I think
Dude, I wish he showed it on the court a little more. Hit those 6 threes. Just did his whatever his dance he does is. Feed into it.
That's how people start hating you.
He hits a TikTok dance after 3 in March Madness. The world burns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how you get people just hating you.
Speaking of the world
I honestly
burning,
respect him more for not.
The world has been burning the last 3 or 4 days since Future and Metro Boomin dropped their new project, We Don't Trust You. 17 tracks of new Future, the first album that he's released in 2 years since I Never Liked You. We got to start with what everybody's talking about. I mean, it's been going on.
Never liked you.
It's been on my Twitter timeline ever since the album dropped, but we got some new beef, boys, and this is just going to be a safe space for me, I think, to like be able to talk about my feelings, hear what you guys are thinking. But essentially, the beef is between Future and Metro's camp and Drake's camp, and this is like the last beef that I had ever anticipated in rap. We just talked about it a few months ago, Cerroni. What a Time to Be Alive is my Bible, and so the fact that the 2 writers of that gospel are beefing, I'm really uncomfortable with it. I've dug as much digging into it as I possibly could. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what the story is, but where do you guys stand on this? Like, what? Go ahead.
So I was gonna add, because I looked at the lyrics a little bit, and I'm not into it as much. I was just gonna ask you where it stemmed from, like what was where it started.
Yeah, I don't know the beef for this.
True.
All right, so I don't know about the actual it's kind of like the Big Bang Theory, right? Like we don't know if that's a real thing. We don't know if there was
what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Exactly, it's kind of that thing. But it is very evident that if you go through Her Loss and you read through a lot of the lyrics, a lot of those subliminals could certainly be directed at Future. Like a lot of them add up and make sense, and I can post the graphics and stuff like that. But there's a ton of them, more than you would even think. And the most recent song on Drake's album, For All the Dogs, is What Would Pluto Do? And you would think that is like a celebration of Future and this idea of what would Pluto do? He'd fuck the host, so I did it. So apparently there is a girl that they're beefing over, which is just like, it's insane.
Always
like
2 rappers
beefing over this girl. But I think there was a really funny thing that came up earlier. It was Kanye on Drink Champs, that podcast, and he's talking about how when Drake disses you, he doesn't like do it like how Kendrick does, where he explicitly that Kendrick's talking about Drake. What Drake does is he'll like do it very subliminally, and the only person that knows that he's being dissed is the person that's being dissed. So when Future was listening to Her Loss, like he could like feel the disses throughout the album.
Damn it!
But nobody else knew, right? And so like it's just like this very like petty Drake thing. Like that's I guess his biggest thing that we'll remember about him forever. But so it's essentially lyrics, a girl, and then the idea that
better not be Sexy Red. Or some fucking...
No, it's nothing like that. It's like some stripper that people are contemplating that it might be.
That's better. I don't know. It doesn't bother me too much. I assume Billy Joel's not involved in this at all. So I'm still gonna be rocking and rolling. And I don't know. Hopefully, if anything, have Drake write like another, let's get some good music going again, because I liked the album, didn't love the album, but let's get some competitive beat. competition always rises the level of play, right? You
Yep.
see it in March Madness. Maybe we'll see it in the rap game. Let's see if Drake can clap back and give me, a banger or something. He usually is the best at, the Meek Mill and everything. Look at all those. Look how much great music came out of the Drake and Meek Mill, beef. But I don't mind it too much. I know it's breaking your heart because you're on, two different sides. What side are you? Who are you? If you gun to your head, who are you taking?
I plead
Ralphie?
the fifth. Clark, what do you think? I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Quite honestly, not to yuck your yum here, Ralph, I think we do have to take a step back and recognize this is a 37-year-old and a 40-year-old man beefing over a stripper.
It's a valid point.
I think we have to
Grow up,
take a
gentlemen.
step back and be like, you guys are who you are, but this is easily the most uncool thing ever. This is tough to watch from the
That's a
outside.
great take.
I'm a Drake guy, always have been, always will be. So I'm just Team Drake in general. I did like the Kendrick verse, though. I love a Kendrick verse. We get one every 3 years. He's always just fucking pissed off at someone.
You love the
Kendrick
Kendrick
verse.
verse.
So fast and so mean. He's the meanest rapper alive. He just is so mean in his words. They kind of cut through you. It's
All right,
always a
we'll
little uncomfortable.
throw to Berg. I have responses to that, but go ahead, Berg.
Kendrick just really took that torch passing moment from who was that when they passed him the torch? Jay-Z passed him the torch in California in that one concert, and he really took that to heart. And it's just like, it can't be the big three; it can only be Big Me. Love that, just like Big 30. But no, I don't even know where to stand on this beef. I hope Future wins it. I think that'd be fun. I hope we get some fire songs out of it. I hope we get a good,
Future.
actually like rap battle here, or like some actual rap beef where we get songs being dropped at each other. I think that'd be sick. Rap beef's always super fun, especially, it's fun when it involves people like this and when you can kind of, get behind it a little more rather than some chump like Logic beefing with some no name. You're like, I could give a fuck about that, or that Drake and Bud and
catching
shit.
Strays.
Yeah, I forget. There's some Logic fans in here. I definitely am, but if Logic's beefing, dude, do we really give a fuck? Or do we really back him up? I think I'm immediately like, you lost by getting yourself in a beef with anyone, man.
Remember MGK and Eminem?
Right. Remember
hell of a couple songs. But but we got some good music out of it.
I didn't listen to any of it.
Hoodie Allen and Mike
just like you didn't
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey,
All right, so
that's
like
an
watch the
all-time
NC
beef right
State
there.
game.
To Cerroni's point, right? Like, this is an opportunity where I agree. For All the Dogs was a little bit underwhelming. And I think that Drake is at his best when he does have like this fire lit under his ass, because he might be too comfortable right now, right? Like, he's talked about it on his own songs where he's like, I'm so rich that my music isn't even relatable anymore. And it's like, okay, we need something relatable. What's relatable? Competition. So what's going to bring the best out of him is a Kendrick verse out of the fucking blue. And now some people are saying that Kendrick's in response to his verses in response to first person shooter, which I think it's very obvious because like there's a lot of parallels, the Big Three reference, the Big Me reference, etc. But he's also going at J. Cole in that. And I think Kendrick's kind of just sitting over there on the side. He's no longer with TDE. He isn't really a part of like a black hippie group anymore. He doesn't have like this collection of like Avengers like Drake does with J. Cole and 21.
Yeah, I would say
Offset.
Drake and J. Cole are always
always performing together now, and he's got Lil Durk in that like camp now. But I think that
MGK.
Those two like didn't want to offend Kendrick, so they included him on that. And then they're doing the Spider-Man joke on there too, and that's just a 2-person thing. And so Kendrick's off to the side, and he's like, "Dude, fuck this buddy shit. Like, this is supposed to be a competition. That's what rap's always been. Like, if you go back to Jay-Z and Nas and Tupac and Biggie, like, there's got to be some competition here. So Future will never record a diss track. That's not the kind of artist that he is. And if he did, it'd probably suck, right? Like, that's just not what Future is.
That's why I'd love if it didn't.
I
love that there's a world where he can get in his bag and he can do that.
No, that doesn't exist. I want him to be impartial about it. It'll be Kendrick versus these two if they even engage in it. And if you're Drake and J. Cole, do you engage with the guy that wrote the Control verse? Like, I don't know. Like, that's really tough. Even like the BET Cypher verse is fucking insane. Like you said, Clark, he's mean. Like, he will say some mean shit. Right. Pusha T was mean, but like, Kendrick's gonna insult like your integrity.
Kendrick gets so smart too. Kendrick gets that little growl in his voice and he goes, no, they won't reply. I think he was calculating that too because J. Cole won't reply because it's like, goes against him like, I'm unbothered. I just like to spit. And Drake's more likely to have them killed before he raps back at him.
Oh, Jesus. The first time.
Won't be the first time.
Why does this always come up? This always comes up on the pod.
I watched a video on that before, and it's actually
the Drake hit
bro, I was pretty sold, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
he literally posted on his Instagram story like 12 hours before he died. Like, if someone kills me, it was Drake. Like, or so it was like
Ralphie explained this to me one time. I was right there with you. Ralphie was in my YouTube rabbit hole video, and I was like, "Dude, Drake did do it, but they can't prove it in court. That's for sure."
Yeah, okay, but you can't kill Kendrick Lamar. He's a Pulitzer Prize. Like, you can't kill a Pulitzer Prize winning artist who made
Wouldn't be the
first
time.
Car accident.
Who knows?
Car accident.
Hydrogen bomb.
Self-inflicted gunshot.
So the album itself, I think, is brilliant. That's like, I think even like the Kendrick song. What's funny about the Kendrick song, actually, it's called Like That. You can go listen to it right now wherever you have your streaming service, whatever. It's a banger. Like, the Metro beat is like absolutely insane. It's like this throwback, like, dancey hype beat that you can play in a club. And I saw a bunch of tweets. It's like, man, to put a diss verse on a club song is actually insane. Like, usually the diss verses come on a song like Back to Back became like a club hit.
I was going to say Back to Back.
That was sometimes.
Yeah, dude. I know.
Charged Up came right before that, and Charged Up is slow. It's meditative. It's like a Time and Location Drake song, like 4 p.m. in Calabasas. But then he came with Back to Back, and it's like, everybody's partying to this. Like,
over and over.
Like, white moms know this song. Like, this is weird. I don't know if this will reach that level, but it will be the most streamed song of the year so far by like a wide margin going into next week, which I think is fascinating.
I like Cinderella.
Okay,
I was
going to ask you for your favorite song.
Cinderella last night. Yeah,
that might be my favorite right
Cinderella. Yeah, same. I think I didn't love. I mean, I don't know. What do you rank it? I mean, I can tell you didn't love it either. Like, you know, like when an album like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like Certified Lover Boy came out and I just fucking could not stop listening to that album.
Oh, I haven't stopped listening to this album. I'm all in on it. I think it's phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah, I'm all in. I think it's way better than I Never Liked You. It's better than High Off Life. I said in the review that I posted to Instagram, it's not 2015 Future. It's not going to be Evil or Purple Rain or Monster or Beast Mode 2. It's not going to be any of those, but like, it's better than what he's put out the last couple of years. I really think the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this is that, like, dude, we're never going to get a What a Time to Be Alive 2. And that's really sad. Like, they've been rumoring that for 5 or 6 years. That's tough.
Damn, you don't know. Maybe the setback for the come up.
Like, money
you think it'll still come out?
Money still talks? Okay, so, like, this is the thing, right? Do you think that this could be a marketing ploy to get more streams for Future?
Absolutely. You always got to consider that nowadays.
That's such a low move, though. He already has like so much.
If they are as tight as we perceived them to be before this came out, then that is something that Drake would do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't think
that's so low. Like, they already have so much. They don't even need that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
To rap that, then why not just rap that yourself?
And not just pull Kendrick in, but like, Drake's had beef with The Weeknd over the last like 7 or 8 years, and The Weeknd just has backup vocals on his song. Doesn't even have a verse, doesn't even have a chorus. It's just The Weeknd just moaning. Sounds amazing, but he's just moaning on like the third song, and I think it's the second song. It's Young Metro, and that's my favorite song on the project right now. It's unbelievable.
What is it?
Just the second one. It's called Young Metro. It's just Young Metro, Young Metro, Young Metro. It's unbelievable. There's like violence on it.
Didn't you say Future? Isn't he going to drop another album like next week, right?
Yes, it'll be like 3 weeks from now that he's dropping another project.
Imagine he just cut. Now this is his chance to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something on that thing.
Add a few songs on it.
Yeah, just you better get back in the studio and figure something out.
There's a Drake feature on that.
I was gonna say what? Yeah. What if it's all fake and half the song it's just a collab album?
If it is fake, maybe Future's just watching off for Drake right now, and he's like, I think that meat swinging video's been going around a little too long, Drake. I got you. We'll get something else for the people to start talking about. That's a possibility.
Yeah, what was it? Too small? Definitely wasn't too small.
All right. Does anybody else have? Yeah. Do you guys have any other favorite songs on the album?
On Drake's meat.
So Claustrophobic and Magic Wandon.
Okay, hell yeah.
Also, do you
I had
think
to go
they
through it
threw
again.
Princess Diana in the parentheses after Magic
Love
won Dime
that.
because all of the stuff that's going on at the Royals right now, and it would show up when people searched Princess Diana?
Oh, that's a good question. So
That's a smart move.
somebody had a stupid theory that one of the strippers that they were beefing over, his name was Diana. And then Metro like quoted the tweet and he was like, dude, just shut up and enjoy the music. You guys are too eager for content because Drake and Future are both following some stripper named Diana, I guess. And then I looked at her profile. I'm like, if this is the girl that they're beefing over, like, trust me, like, they know it better than anybody. There's like thousands of those girls out there. Like, how are you beefing over this bitch right here? This is crazy.
Yeah,
There's only a few one-on-one strippers out there.
There are some one-on-one strippers out there. Clark knows. But yeah, no, I love Magic Don Juan. I think that song rules. And then Claustrophobic reminded me a lot of DS2 Future. So that was a nice touch. It's not like my stick out so far. Have you guys had a chance to watch the Type Shit video yet? It's so funny to say that out loud, but
no, but I like the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this video crazy?
It's so plain. It's so just like, it's literally them sitting outside of a Maybach, just standing like in a garage. They all have like their fucking ski masks on. Metro's just doing his Metro thing, just dancing in the background. But then you have Future, who like, you know, has the shiesty mask on. He's rapping or whatever. I don't know what it would like. I can't remember. I think it was PD last night. He's like, do you think these guys hang out? I'm like, I don't know if people can hang out with Playboy Cardi. Like, just based on what he's wearing and like how he's speaking, I imagine it's kind of impossible to hang out with that guy because he looks weird in the video. I mean, he's amazing. I think it's the best feature on the project by a mile. But I'm also obsessed with this version of Cardi right now. Berg, did you like that verse from Cardi? Or do you like this new identity that he's got? This like demonic low voice, or do you miss like Magnolia Cardi?
No, I love this new Cardi because I'm here for change and artists need to grow. Otherwise, you get so stale with it. I mean, Polo G is a great example of just like literally all the songs sound the same. It just gets really boring, really tired fast. So just to show us like, hey, I can still make a fire song and you know do it a completely different way. I love that out of artists. That's what I not only want but expect. And so this is just in my eyes like the natural progression of just Cardi right now. This all makes sense to me, and I'm here for it. He's always been a little demonic, though, so he's always on demon time.
Mike is somebody who likes lyrics. Like you've said that you're like more a lyrically focused listener. Is this album? Is that why this album doesn't work for you? Are there like other Future projects? Because I remember when you listened to the Future song, you texted us and you're like, "Holy fuck! Like I haven't heard some of these Future songs. They're amazing. Like these are gonna be my playlist forever now." Are there,
Mike? You're just here for some deep lyrics, right? Not like you can be a lyric guy. I feel like and look for the funny lyrics, which Future, Thug like have a handful of them. We could have a whole pod about those. But you're just here for like some deep.
I like storytelling. I also like hearing like in. Like, there's a lot of music I listen to, like, there's always a story to it. Like, you just kind of follow along with it to where, like, a lot of the shit lately is just, like, just 2 or 3 words here, 2 or 3 words there that rhyme, and it's just, like, got no substance. It's kind of, like, empty. But, no, I love Future. I love all his old shit. And then, even, like, I just didn't, I don't know if I'm expecting, like, just, like, a couple of absolute bangers, like, just as soon as you turn it on. Like, you just know, like, you know, those songs, like, you know, I remember when, like, J. Cole dropped, like, Middle Child, or, like, you, as soon as, like, I was 0.3 seconds into that song, and I was like, oh my God, this is insane.
Raps,
like, or, like, yeah, exactly. But, no, it's a little bit, I enjoy, I went through it once. I got to go through it again, because you guys are talking about all the different songs. But, yeah, I like, I'm just very stuck on, I'm a huge rock and roll guy, whether it's, you know, way back like Billy Joel or
you talking about like when Future dropped Fly Shit Only on the album Evil, like that kind of rock and roll?
Yeah. Well, I like Fly Shit Only. I love when rappers throw a little rock in. But yeah, just I don't know. I just fucking hasn't really been hitting lately. I did like it, but just it didn't blow my mind. Like even all the like even Kanye's recent album, like just nothing like really like. It's like man, I feel like I've heard this before. Like it's just like. I don't know. It's just so different now, but it just kind of is what it is.
Clark, how do you feel about the state of hip-hop?
You heard Kanye saying big, beautiful, big butt, naked bitches don't fall out the sky no more? And you're like, I've heard
dude,
before.
Like that. I mean, like, like there's no like it's like, dude, that's just like what am I gonna say? I mean, it's fun in like a club, but like like what, like you compare that to his old shit where it was fucking, I don't know, right? People just make it and then just they don't have a lot of shit to rap about. I guess I don't know.
It's like the idea of like the band. It's like everything is leading up to your first album, so your second album is the hardest one to write. That's what was so impressive about Kanye in that first run. That's what's so impressive about Future in that first run. It's like when you hear Throwaway for the first time by Future, you're like, holy fuck, these trap artists like have feelings and emotions and like they make me want to die when I listen to them. It's
There's
like, what
a
is
little bit more
this?
to it, Or
when Kanye made I Wonder, you're like, I wonder too, Kanye. Like it's so nice to know that I'm relatable.
Like you can relate to it, exactly.
But now the most relatable thing that he's made is I just want to fuck something right now, and it's like, okay, Kanye's horny. Like,
I'm horny, you can only listen to that so many times where it's like, this is just like dumb. Like you're at the red light and you're blasting it, and like there's just like a family of 4 next to you. And they're like, are these people hearing this through my window? Like, this is just retarded.
I take pride in that when they hear Never Gonna Lose off of 56 Nights. They're just like, damn.
It's always nice pulling up to a red light with like a banger on. You kind of know like the people next to you are like, oh shit, like, all right, he's he's
vibing out.
He must think ideal situation pulling up to red light is just that verse on Throwaway where it's just, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Just hearing that blaring right there, you just look over, 2 ladies, it's gonna be okay.
This guy knows.
You think that's a better version of Throwaway to pull up to rather than I ain't worry about no fucking sex how I love him.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of that red light before that verse starts rolling.
Yeah.
Going for that. Get it over.
Turn it down a little bit.
Look over, give him a glance when I was fucking on a bitch and I was thinking about you. Give him a glance and a quick grin and then drive away.
Just direct eye contact.
All day.
And then you look direct in the eye. You say, when you're fucking on that man, are you thinking about me? Like, goddamn, Future. Yeah, we don't really have one of those on this. He does have one moment. I can't remember the song off the top of my head. But he said like something like pretty relatable. And he was like I still have your location on my phone. It's like, wow, Future has women's locations on his phone. Like, oh shit, Houston, Texas A&M coming down to it.
3 points, 3-point game, 16 seconds. I know.
And then ball.
Oh, defensive rebound.
Just smoking layups.
Dude, if they go to OT, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Am I on a delay?
Oh, we wait till we miss jumper.
You're a little delayed.
We're in the official review right now.
They're reviewing who went out on.
All right.
God, SDS, you look phenomenal. Ralph, my biggest takeaway is you said you didn't like High Off Life.
It's okay. I mean, there are songs on it like Hard to Choose One, Riding Strikers, Solitaires, but it doesn't like I did go through that album again preparing for this. I went through every Future project front to back like a psycho, ranked them, and it was towards the bottom of my list.
We got an NBA Youngboy verse on that song. On that album.
On Billionaires, I do not like that song.
Nevada? What you know about Nevada?
I mean, I don't mind YB, but like that song is just not very good. Like Future's good on it, but I don't really need YB on there. All right, let's move into Spit or Swallow now. And also pop.
I'm just watching ESPN play highlights, and I just keep seeing Tyrese Radford, Will Wade IV putting up a shot, missing. You're like, it's over. They've gotten 4 rebounds in a row. But yes, what were you saying? Popcorn picks?
Spit and swallow first. Berg.
Swallow first.
Yeah. Go ahead, Berg. What are you swallowing today?
What am I swallowing? I'm swallowing Colorado Detective Mike Kellogg, because earlier this week I was, mid-work, and I get a phone call from a random number. I see the Colorado area code. I go, this is no good. Definitely spam. But I answer it, and he goes, hello, is this Skyler Riesberg? I'm like, yeah. He says, hello, Skyler. This is Detective Mike Kellogg. I'm here for a phone call. Do you have some time to talk real quick? I'm like, holy shit, okay, I got a call back. You know what this is about? This is about my missing bike.
You're busted.
That I recently had just turned in. I expected never to hear from him. He's like, okay, I was talking to your rental property. He was like, whatever the fuck they're called. You know what? We got an ID. We got an ID. There was a male who came in and took your bike. He was wearing a mask. I'm thinking, fuck, they're not going to be able to identify him. And then he goes, but we got the bitch. He was with a girl. He was with another girl. They're both white. They ID'd her. They were like, I got to ask you a few questions. They were super random, super simple, just in case this goes to court. I'm like, shit, this could go to court. I kind of forgot about that. It's like, do you want to continue pressing charges? I'm like, that's charges. This seems a little such
Give me
strong
my bike
words,
back.
you know, nowadays. Yeah, I was like, just give me my bike back. But yeah, go ahead, get those charges. He's like, all right, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get the warrant. I know I'm gonna get it. I'm Detective Mike Kellogg. I'm gonna get that fucking warrant. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bang in there.
Awesome.
We got stuff on her already, so we'll see if she'll flip the mail. Get that bike back. I was like, fuck,
Holy
okay.
shit.
And he's like, I'll talk to you next week. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So
This
I gotta
guy
shout out
sounds
Detective Mike.
awesome.
Actually, I don't know if I can talk about this right now, but
I don't know that you
fuck
can
it.
talk about the pending case.
This is totally a pending case.
A lot of
But we
collusion
gotta
going
shout
on.
out our, you know what? There's a lot of not good cops out there, just people not putting the work in for stolen bikes in Colorado. And Colorado is definitely one of the most high crime areas. I mean, Chicago's definitely got it beat, but high crime for theft. There's a lot of theft and car break-ins all the time. We're all locked in on Houston. I'm locked in on Mike Kellogg, and I'm swallowing him. Thank you for doing your due diligence.
Sorry.
I'll follow in
what
for
if
an
the
update.
people that stole your bike saw this and listened to that entire spiel and got a positive ID on you and just jumped you outside your apartment for calling the cops?
We do have a lot of listeners.
I think
You know,
my
not
worst
really
case
big.
Not
scenario
as many
is
in
them
Colorado.
playing this back in the court. I think that'd be the worst case.
You know, get your bike back.
And then
Which
me
is something
somehow
that's
losing.
wrong.
Yeah, me somehow losing because of what I just said.
Well, I'm happy that you did something about it, and I'm happy that Detective
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Kellogg had your
Yeah, shout out
back.
for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
my
actually going
back,
through with it.
dude.
He's usually not going to do shit, especially for a bike.
No, and I
I'm
put
sure
in
it's a nice
one.
bike,
This
but-
is my second one stolen. The other one was way nicer. I put in the same report for it. Got nothing back. Obviously, don't expect to get anything back. But then they called me, and now I'm thinking, what the fuck were you doing the first time? Because you could have the same situation.
Well, clearly.
There's the same
I'll tell you
camera.
what.
Like they got
Who
the
wasn't
video.
on
The
the
person who
case?
did it. It wasn't
Mike
Mike
Kellogg
Kellogg.
wasn't on the case.
No. And it was no shade. That one was Detective Sanchez. I got an email just saying Detective Sanchez is on the case
He's
now.
slacking.
But
That
yeah,
dude's Detective
Sanchez
guy or
didn't
girl
call you.
slacking.
Yeah, Mike
No,
Kellogg
that's what I'm
called
saying.
you.
They're
He was like, "Hey,"
slacking.
Yeah.
and he's like, "Actually,
Mike-
FaceTime me. I wanted you to see how serious my face is right now." Like you can probably tell by
No.
the tone of my voice, but
Dude,
I want you
he
to
had
see it.
he had the flow and just the way he was delivering it. I was immediately in a True Detective scene right there. Like, okay, you know, like
About a
I'm an
bike.
extra here. Nobody about a bike, yeah. But he was just
Tell you
getting,
what,
you
you know what
know,
wouldn't
he
surprise
just got
me?
done smoking a cig, drinking some coffee. Like he had that deadpan tone in his voice, where like he could be a crooked cop, but this is going to benefit him somehow.
It wouldn't
So thank
surprise
you,
me
Mike Kellogg.
it wouldn't surprise me if Mike Kellogg was doing Ramadan.
That bastard.
Sounds like he was just locked in.
Letting down the rest of the
police
Florida
force.
State fan.
All right, so something just happened in this Houston Texas A&M game. Boom!
Jump
Holy
over one
fucking
second.
Oh my
shit.
god! Oh my god! He hit it! He hit it!
He hit the three. They're
He
going
hit
OT.
He
I
hit
gotta
it.
pull this up on my phone.
OT.
I'm watching the
That was
fucking
such a
play-by-play on
bad-
ESPN.
Such a
I'm on
dog
delay.
shit. The first
You guys
play,
gotta
too.
ruin that for me. To
Sorry.
be quite frank.
No, nothing
He
ruins
fucking
it.
did it.
Nothing ruins it. Who did it? Was it Tyrese Radford or Will Wade?
I don't even know.
Or Wade Taylor?
Radford.
Wade Taylor, sorry.
It wasn't Wade Taylor.
If you guys saw the first play, the play that they ran for the first like 3 shots, it was so god. That one was god awful too. But
So this
he
is
hit
the
it.
perfect time for my spit. My spit this week
Oh my god.
is the
That was
corner
a full live
fade.
reaction.
It's the corner fade at the ends of games and halves, and it's just like this complete. I don't know why college basketball players do it more than anybody else. They're obsessed with it. I think they saw the Kawhi Leonard shot over the Sixers one time, and they're like, "This is the only shot that you can reasonably take at the end of games." The 2 shots that Texas A&M got up before this were terrible.
Top of the
They had
key.
10 seconds left.
So
They took them with 8 seconds left, which is like, I get it. You want to get a second
It was-
shot for an offensive
what he
rebound
was
opportunity.
launching, it was like
But
off
yes,
balance.
Anderson
But you want to get the
Garcia,
best
too.
shot possible. I watched so
Right.
many games this weekend where at the end of the game, the guard,
Let's go,
for some reason, dribbles to the dead zone, the meeting between the baseline and the sideline to that dead spot in the corner, and they try to fade away out of bounds and make a 3 to tie the game. In what world is that ever a good shot? That's like a 5% chance of going in. Like it's literally like maybe less than that. It's the worst shot in basketball, and they consistently take it. I can't stand it. It doesn't make any run a
And
fucking
you
play.
think these guys
Yeah,
would
he
know
shot
these
that
numbers.
right at the top of the key.
You would think but you know what happens, Berg? They get that testosterone. They get those balls
Yeah.
flowing with blood, and they're like,
Yeah.
"I'm going to be the fucking
Whoa.
hero. I'm going to
That-
throw up some stupid shot," and that's just what
That
it is.
Kobe
They want to make.
mentality. What I throw up, it'll go in.
But it's not that because they're not Kobe. Okay, like that's my problem.
Exactly.
Remember that LeBron buzzer when he caked the layup, and then they launched one, and he caked the layup the play before, and they got the turnover, and they threw I think it was Kevin Love threw a full court inbound pass. He take one step back, turn around, fade
over the Timberwolves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best buzzers.
But that's a good shot because that is in line with the rim. It's an 18-footer, right? It's LeBron taking it, so obviously it's a better chance of going in. But even in college basketball, it's let's run. Okay, Clark, shut the fuck up. It's a way better chance of coming off of two pin down screens or an elevator screen, coming off of a catch and shoot rather than dribbling full speed to a corner where the only option you have in the corner is to shoot. You can't pass to the opposite corner from there or to the opposite wing. It's just get a better shot. It's so annoying. I can't stand it. But that was a great shot right there.
Is this a blind bet Texas A&M OT? I think they win it. I don't want them to, though.
LJ Cryer fouled out.
LJ Cryer
fouled out?
LJ Cryer.
Well, Emmanuel Sharp's their guy right now, it looks like. LJ Cryer. Honestly, sometimes it feels better when he's not in the game. I hate to say it.
Here's what we're going to do. We have to do this because we're not going to be able to not talk about it. We're going to pause the podcast and we're going to watch this overtime and we'll come back after that. Okay?
That's a great idea.
Us pausing it when we come back. All right, we're back, and Houston just wrapped things up with Texas A&M. Well, not wrapped it up. There's 21 and a half seconds left. It's 97-93. Shed is at the line, but it's safe to assume, I think, that Shed will make these free throws, and the game will be over. So let's go back into spit or swallow. For the meantime, Clark, what are you swallowing this week? Your first swallow.
Clark's first swallow.
Oh, clap it up.
Get used to it.
This is a huge moment. I'm happy you guys are here for it. I kind of gave it away earlier, but mine is Alan Big Justice, aka the Costco guys. I just can't get enough of their content. If you haven't seen them, the best way to describe it is a meathead dad and a little pig boy son, and they go to Costco.
They're hilarious.
They go to Costco and basically they fucking flex how much they're spending at Costco. It's $450, and he's like, "Should we fucking go higher than that this week?" And his dad's like, "Sure." And they just buy random shit. And then they have Boom or Doom, which is a little bit like Spit or Swallow, and it's basically just them eating. I mean, they're my favorite people ever. I can't get enough of them. If you don't know about them,
hilarious.
You sent us the video of them boomer dooming the entire Costco marketplace and food cafeteria, and they bought everything on the menu, and it was $39.45. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cheap. And then they go through and they rank everything, or not rank everything, but they boom or doom everything. Spoiler alert: they boom everything. There isn't one thing on that menu that they didn't like enough to doom. They just loved everything. The hot dog, the chicken crunch. I don't know what the chicken crunch is. They don't even bother with explaining what these things are or what's on them. They just tell you this is what this is, and this is a boom. And it's
Costco cafeteria kind of slaps.
The hot dogs are good.
Yeah,
it does.
And it's dirt cheap too. It's it's the only thing that's $1 these days.
Yep.
The hot dog's $1.25. It's insane.
Because they're the only company with integrity. You can't go to Subway and get a $5 footlong anymore. They still market it as that too, but it's $9.50. What the fuck?
It's truly absurd. My biggest thing about Big Justice, sometimes they film his content after his traveling team baseball games, and with a name like Big Justice, he's playing first base and hitting bombs.
Yeah, he is.
Really don't think he's a shortstop?
Like Giambi.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think Giambi's the best comp there. That's a great one.
It's a great player comp.
Maybe even Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder, elite. Go Brewers.
But and JT said it best about Big Justice, who is 10. The shtick with him is he's got a funny little voice. He's got a cute little voice. And as soon as that voice is gone, they're done. Yeah. So they got to make it count while they're here.
And you can't fake that voice.
Balls drop.
Yeah,
that's my piece with those two.
That's a great swallow. All right, Cerroni, what are you swallowing?
All right, give me. I'll save the NC State guys for the popcorn. But this might be a hated take. But Doris Burke. I've been listening to a couple games, and usually the women's announcers are just absolute dog shit. It's just awful. You just cannot listen to it. Listen, Doris Burke calls a good game. Doris Burke calls a great game. She was the GCU Alabama, and she was just like one punch left, right with the other guy, calling the game, like saying funny stuff. She's screaming, she's getting loud. Usually the girls won't get like loud. You just tell she's getting into it. She's caring. I actually like her calling games with another. You know, you got to have like another guy there. But from what I've seen, because I don't know. I feel like, do you guys hear a lot of games when she calls them?
A ton. I watch the NBA
I'm
for a
familiar
living.
with her game.
That's true. That's true. I don't watch too many full games. But dude, she's been killing it. She keeps it electric. She keeps it exciting, and she's got some balls on her for real. Like she's throwing herself out there. It's fucking. I was enjoying it the past 3 or 4 days.
Too.
Yeah, she is kind of getting you going. The female voice. But yeah, I'll swallow Doris. I'll give her her flowers.
So she'll be doing the finals this year with Mike Breen and JJ Redick. And this will be the first year that the NBA Finals are not. It was originally Doc Rivers, but the Bucks hired him in the middle of the season. He was with that team. They were like the A team. And I'll just say this. I love all of those people. I love Doris Burke. I love JJ Redick. I love Mike Breen. But they're not going to be able to replicate the absolute magic that was captured by Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, and Mike Breen. I miss Jeff Van Gundy so much every day. He was such an exciting, weird person to announce like nationally broadcasted games. Like he is so weird. He would talk about Rihanna live on the broadcast and just like be like outwardly horny for her. That's probably the most memorable.
He was just horny.
But he's
Van
the man.
Gundy?
And he would complain about the game. And it's like, thank you. Somebody isn't like sucking the NBA's dick. Like they're actually complaining about the things that I complain about. He's really smart. Like now he's just on the Celtics staff and the Celtics are having an unbelievable season. Not obviously because of Jeff Van Gundy, but he's not hurting the cause by any means. But I'm hoping that Doris and JJ can be a little bit weird. Like I'm glad that JJ's on it because he can do like the analysis for a lot better perspective because he's been in the NBA so recently. But I need something fun from that group too. I need the weird like Mark Jackson, Mama, there goes that man's, and I'd hit it with out the park with all due respect. I need that shit. Okay, so I don't know if Doris can give that to me, but we'll see what she's got.
That's wild. You can say I'd hit it out the park
with all due respect. As long as you say with all due respect after, yeah, you're good.
That's fine.
That's amazing.
You're in the clear. All right, I already did my spit. Let's do Berg. What's your spit? I'll end it with a swallow.
All right, my spit. Oh, okay. My spit is a perceived, you're looking at the weather for the weekend, getting excited. This might not be as big a thing for you, Mike, but, when you're in Iowa, when you're in Colorado.
And rainy in Monterey.
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe there is some relation here, but you get a perceived nice day, 67 degrees. You're like, oh, fuck yeah. it's been a little chilly. It's been 50s, 40s. That's not going outside and, making a weekend out of it. This weekend it was, perceived 67. That's what they were saying. Got all excited, was getting ready to, have a little day outside, watch some college basketball, watch the Iowa women's, and you get out there and it's a little windy. You're in your t-shirt. I was actually in a button down, ready to unbutton throughout the day. It's just cold. It's just cold 67. I'm chilly. Thank God I brought a sweatshirt. I put it on and was still shivering my ass off like a little pussy. So I'm spitting that shit. I'm just spitting that. When it's going to be nice out, let me know.
The temperature was correct?
It was just cloudy, and they failed to announce that until like a couple hours before, and we were like, we're still going to get it. We already made these plans earlier in the week. Let's get it. Everyone was just shivering. Everyone was just pretending to have fun. Yeah, it's sad, man.
Fucking weatherman.
You're like, I'd rather be inside watching basketball instead I'm outside not watching basketball. Yeah, tough life, man. Hard knock life.
So I'm spitting that. We're moving on.
All right, Clark, what are you spinning?
So I'm bringing two to the table. And they're both just an ode to JT, who I'm replacing.
Flex.
My first one is just Gene Steratore.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a Turner one.
Again.
He's the worst. I don't know that I've ever seen Turner dislike someone more than him. But
he doesn't ever say anything.
No. His hate for him is worn off on me, so I now hate him too. And then my other one is an ode to Turner, and it's just his ability to text. The other day he looked at me and he goes, sometimes I send texts and they don't make any sense. And I said, no shit, dude.
Damn.
He texted me today and said, hey, run over to the sill and get yourself a soda. And I said, what? And he followed it up with, the plant place is having a going away sale. That's what he tried to convey right away.
Wow. That's a wild text.
So It's
like you've
sale
been,
on
you've
a
been getting
soda?
texts from Turner here and there being in the pop
What does
off.
it go
I think you
from
kind of see him
$2
sometimes
to
just like,
$1.90?
do you ever read that guy's text and you're like, you got to decode it a little? Like it may take you 60 seconds to fully understand what he's saying, or you have to send
Have
a
you
follow up.
texted Kurt Walding?
Oh,
It's a brain
that's
teaser.
pretty comparable.
No, Kurt is way easier than Turner. Turner like has the right thing in mind, like in his mind, but he just has to walk you through it. So like, let's say, I can find some. Just no, it's all right. Some of these are bad. Okay,
it's like I don't have to do Wordle or any of that stuff to get my brain active in the day. I just try to decipher what Turner's texted me.
Yep.
Have a little text
juices
combo
flowing.
with Turner. I like it
Just
though.
have an
I try to
experience
play the
that-
game with him. You know, he sends me one little text I have to decode. I send one back with even less details than he sent me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
send
good
him
at
some
it though.
puzzles.
He gets
I'm
his
gonna
own
start texting
game.
him random shit.
I'll tell you that.
yeah, he should be using the voice memo more. I will say that he should be using not voice to text, but just send me a voice memo, and that's it. Because like, I don't know, I love him more than anything in the world, and I'd rather hear his voice than have to decipher his text. It's like the Da Vinci Code. It's just tough, way tougher than it has to be. That's a good spit. All right, Cerroni, what are you spitting?
This is a good spit.
All right. Let me spit. Talked about this before. Cameos. So the most recent is Roadhouse, which I haven't watched yet. I actually might watch it tonight after this game.
Hell yeah.
It's funny because I just saw after he hit the buzzer, a commercial came on. But with these, and it's funny because kind of two of these, you got McGregor. Like, I mean, he's like a lead in the movie. Clearly just for the blockbuster effect, just to get people to watch it and put his name on it. And for what I'm heard, he's obviously, I wasn't expecting much, but I guess he's awful. But there's a
seems like
viral
an obvious mistake.
clip. So the other one is they put Bob Menery in it for like once. It's like the worst acting I've seen in a while, and it's tough to say that because I watch myself act all the time. But like just clearly just to throw him in, like he has no business being in a movie acting anything just to sell it, just to get like a couple clicks. And the other one that comes to my mind is when they put Ed Sheeran in Game of Thrones, and you put these random. I feel like it does the exact opposite, right? Like you think it's gonna
Takes you out of it.
Yeah, they think people are gonna love it. Like, oh my god, he's in the episode, but people end up just hating it. People are just like, what the fuck is this? Like, yeah, it takes you out of it. It confuses you. It's never good. Like people think acting is easy. And then you realize, like, yeah, you watch the Bob Menery scene, and all he does is it's like the easiest. Like he's like this kind of fucking heavy guy that like threatens him with a gun, and then gets his fingers broke, and it should be this like you'd think it'd be this really easy scene, but if you do it wrong, it's absolute dog shit. Like it just it was so bad.
It brings
was so cringy to
Gyllenhaal down.
watch.
Like it made
That's
Gyllenhaal
so-
seem like a lesser actor. That was my problem
Yeah,
with it. And your point is
I'm
perfect
surprised-
because it's like they think that they can pull influencers in now to boost like the following on Instagram for this movie rather than just making the best movie. And that's
Literally.
the issue there. Like that's like the foundation of it is we don't need more influencers on the screen. If the influencers can act and they're doing like acting stuff like you do, that makes sense. But who is Bob Menery? I don't know who that is.
Is he
He's
a
a
Nelk boy?
full. He used to be. Yep, he used to be a Nelk boy. Used to be on the pod with Bradley Martin and all them. And then
Okay.
he's the guy that he's like the zipper or whatever his saying is. But he just commentates like sports stuff, and
Okay.
like he has viral videos. But
So yeah, stick to your lane.
yeah,
Like that's
dude,
what you're good
yeah.
at. Do that.
Literally, and I'm surprised. And I'm so surprised because usually Gyllenhaal he's not like a simple actor. Like he's not going to let that. He was probably, if I were to say anything, extremely pissed. I would hope so that he had to do that scene with Bob Menery, and it's just brutal. And they took, and the crazy thing is the take that's in the movie. They obviously took the best take, and the take is just god awful.
Yep.
So it was just like 6 or 7 takes where he was just like, Jesus Christ. And yeah, you're right. It brings down him. Brings down his brand. It brings down the movie's brand. So
This feels like a
what do you
movie.
say, Clark?
Yeah.
Is he a little to blame for that too? Because like he took that role because it's the Amazon bag probably that he got.
Yep.
Yeah,
So is there-
it was. So
Yeah.
it was. I looked into that. It was a little bit surprising that. Now, granted, I haven't watched it, but it hasn't gotten great reviews yet. But I looked into it. I think he took it because he worked with who was the original Roadhouse Ralph. It was
Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
Swayze.
it's Patrick Swayze.
Swayze. So Gyllenhaal actually, I think he had like one line, or he was like an extra in the original Roadhouse with Swayze. So it was just kind of the perfect, the remake. He's the perfect actor for it. He's, he's shredded, he's ripped. He's kind of that tough guy.
Did you just say Gyllenhaal was in the original?
Probably as a child.
I think it was something like that, or like he knew Swayze pretty well. So it was just kind of meant for him to be in that role. But yeah, definitely, it's one of those cornier movies just to get like a remake to views, click to cash in. So I think that's why he did it, because he loved him. Maybe he wasn't, but he knew Patrick. Like there's like a little bit of history between them, so he took it. And he came on the record saying, he's like, I hope they like what we did with it, and I hope they it's a little bit different, but it's going to be a little bit, which is just clear cut. This is going to be bad. Like it's just trying to save it. But
from what I'm seeing in the movie is I'm not liking the MMA kind of the thing they're bringing into it with the whole like these are like ex-MMA fighters. That's cool, but I'm not a big MMA guy. If you are, I'm sure you really do like it. But I'll say I think I'd be surprised if we came out of this movie premiering and like we're like, holy shit, that was good. I'd be like,
it'd be very
I don't think it was meant to be good. We kind of know, just as movie lovers, probably what it's going to be. It's going to be more of a fun movie, not anything where, holy shit, that deserves this award. We'll be talking about it for ages.
Yeah.
Just a fun
But not every movie has to be that. Like that, like these movies can exist. Like John Wick is never going to win an Oscar. But John Wick is like, we know what we are, and we're going to be the best 100%. Version of it possible. And those movies exist. And if this could have done that, whatever Gyllenhaal touches, I automatically have an expectation of it being at least at least watchable.
Yeah,
because it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And you do things like you throw Bob Menery in it for 45 seconds, and it's just like the worst. Oh, it just pisses me off. Like I thought it was bad with McGregor being in it, such a big part, and then I saw that it just pissed me off, and like even more. And movies will do that out of nowhere, and there's just zero. It does the opposite of what they think it's going to do every time. Like it's never worked. I don't think it's ever worked ever.
You think we'll get
just a personality like that?
Gyllenhaal clips coming out of this of him just behind the scenes, just so in his role, just getting pissed at people, not acting to his caliber at all. Just some him going off, yelling at McGregor, like, if you know what I'll fucking do to you, if you don't get this fucking take right now.
Oh, I would love that. Episode. Or just screaming at Bob Menery.
I would love that too.
That. But I love it. Watch it next couple days. We'll see. We'll see about it.
Well, what's it out on right now?
That was
Hulu?
What's that?
What's it out on right now?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay. Yep.
All right. On a positive note, I'm swallowing Jalen Green. There's a popular theory that goes around that once somebody has a child, they get dad strength, right? Like we saw it with Giannis, we saw it with Fred VanVleet in his title run with the Raptors. This like popular thing of like even like LeBron, like he came in the league with kids, and it's just like, all right, he's gonna be a man from the jump. Like we can trust this guy. Jalen Green got I don't know if she's an influencer or what she is. I think she might have been on a TV show or something like that. We got Drea Michelle, popular celebrity amongst I don't know. I didn't really know her before this, but I guess Gilbert Arenas used to fuck her. He got her pregnant, and she's like 38, and he's 22 or something like that. And ever since the pregnancy was announced, it was also around the same time that Şengün went down for the Rockets. Jalen Green has been lights out, like absolutely balling. Like a guy who is, when he came into the league, we had very high expectations for him because he's very bouncy, he's very skilled, he's like has all the talent in the world, and he hasn't lived up to the hype yet. Except for the last 2 weeks since this has been announced, he's been doing the Steph look away 3, and he's just cashing them. He's had like 4
games in a row. I saw.
Yeah, he's just netting shit, but he's also breaking ankles and staring people down. He's dunking on everything. He's handling the ball more with Şengün out. And since Şengün has been out, they've been playing Amen Thompson at the center position, and he's a guy who just got drafted this year from like the overtime elite league, which is so weird, doesn't make any sense. But he's a 6'7" point guard, and they're playing him at center. So it's just opening everything up for the Rockets right now. And Jalen is just taking full advantage of it. So he's kind of like player comp. Like right now in the NBA, he's like a skinnier Anthony Edwards. He doesn't have the fire that Ant does, but like
I love
offensively, like he's athletic as him. He's got a pure jump shot. He can handle it. Not the most gifted passer, but I think that he loves the game enough. He'll start to figure it out more and more. But yeah, I'm excited. This is the best part about the NBA. It's like, like you guys probably see it all the time in college where like something just clicks for somebody. And it's just a brilliant like thing to like watch that flip turn. It even happens like when I'm hooping. Like sometimes like in the middle, like my fifth or sixth pickup game, I'll be like, all right, I'm in my zone right now. I'm feeling it. This guy's been in the zone for like 2 weeks, and it's just like he's way more athletic than I am, so it's way more fun to watch. And he's doing it,
Jalen.
And they're trying to make a play-in push right now, so it's like meaningful games that he's doing it in too, which is really cool. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing him everywhere on social media, and he's fucking hooping, dude.
Balling, dude. He's so sick. All right, let's go into popcorn picks now, and then we'll close out. Clark, inaugural popcorn pick. Go ahead. What's your pick?
Woo! I'm pumped for you right now, man.
So mine is not something new, something that everyone's aware of that I just don't think people watch enough of.
Ooh.
That I think you need to work in probably once a quarter. And that is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I just wanted to give it a boost.
I like that.
What a heater.
Felt the need to give it a boost. We watched it last week, and it's laugh out loud funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Like it's fireworks.
Cerroni's got fireworks on the pod.
What just happened?
For Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I thought you were doing that on purpose to really applaud his pick.
That was a beautiful moment. That was just God.
The energy there was
fucking DJ
awesome.
Burns.
So that's mine. Just because it's a fucking hilarious movie.
Die,
you get everything.
Dude.
Die. Icons.
Like who the fuck thinks of that?
That's a brilliant song. That play would actually be really good, I think. But yeah, no, that's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. It's my top 100 favorite movies of all time just because it has that, are those happy tissues or are those sad tissues? It's just those little things that are just so
Hater's
perfect.
great in it.
Hater's so good.
Yeah,
Paul
Rudd's great in it.
Yeah. There isn't a bad person in the movie.
Jonah Hill coming out of nowhere all the time.
Yeah.
Fat Jonah Hill too, like pre-pretentious Jonah Hill
Rudd too. Paul Rudd's awesome. You can't hate Paul Rudd.
No, he's perfect.
No.
You'll be Kuno. Your new name is Kuno. Honestly, all right. So like that era of movies, you have 4-year-old version, school, even I guess School of Rock could fit in there, but that's not R-rated. But like super bad things like that. Those are very crass and very like boy humory. This was like the first one that was like, this is a rom-com. Like even Knocked Up, like I guess it's a rom-com, but it's also like pretty dramatic at certain points. But this is more in that vein than it is like Anchorman, where Anchorman is just like a stupid concept of a bunch of hilarious people, and it's a perfect movie. But this is like a little bit more elevated than that, where it's like, hey, we're gonna do the When Harry Met Sally thing. We're just gonna do the 2009 version of it, and it's Jason Segel, like from How I Met Your Mother, taking all of that clout and then going into. I mean, I'm actually curious how much money that movie made at the box office, because if Jason Segel's like your leading man, you would be like, okay, $45 million, maybe. But I bet it was like a $200 million movie.
It has everyone.
I think probably rakes it in.
And I wonder if this was before or after I Love You, Brother, or that movie him and Paul Rudd did.
I Love You, Man.
I Love You, Man. I Love You, Man.
This is before that, I think.
Okay.
This is 2008.
Great era movie.
I know. Those guys, man. I want them back.
Yep. Now we got Roadhouse with Bob Menery.
That was an era of movies.
Look where we are now. Unbelievable.
It's gone downhill.
105 mil worldwide.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Good for that. It reached the $100 million threshold. But yeah, a movie like that just won't come out now, and it definitely won't make $100 million, which is sad. So
it'll come around eventually. Tides will turn, hopefully.
I Love You, Man came out a year later, 2009. Beautiful.
Because it was such a hit. They're like, we got to get this man back in there. And he's an unconventional lead man, too. It was just kind of fitting the times of, our lead man doesn't need to be, not that Jason Segel isn't, but, this big sex god, sex symbol guy. He is in his own right. But, he killed it as a lead man here, where a lot of people kind of in Jason's identity, I feel like, would fail or flop as a lead man.
I get him as a celeb comp every now and then. Some people will be like, you look like Jason Segel, and I never know how to take it.
He's got sex appeal. Yeah. There's sex appeal.
All right. Berg, what's your popcorn pick, Berg?
Mine is a movie I actually just watched extremely recently, and I didn't think I was going to like it. It's The Holdovers. So it's a last year movie. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it. Did you put it on your top 10 list from last year?
It was like number 12, but it was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Giamatti was nominated for Best Actor. Divine Joy Randolph won for Best Supporting Actress. It probably was second in voting at the Oscars for Best Picture. She's really good in it.
Yeah, it's basically, without reading the Letterboxd synopsis, it's just the holdovers are these kids that just get left over during Christmas time at this like very preppy boarding academy here. And then, you just kind of go through this little dynamic. Basically, it just focuses on relationships with characters and their stories during this Christmas time. And I didn't think I'd like it based off some of the actors. There's not a lot of, I hate to say like I like this in a movie, there's not a lot of attractive people in the movie. So I thought that I could lose some steam there for me, but love the message. One of my more favorite movies I've watched recently. Really haven't watched a lot of movies, but yeah, dude, it surprised me and I definitely recommend it. I wanted to almost give it a 5 at one point.
Great movie.
Oh yeah,
I watched it on the way to Hawaii and cried on the plane. I thought it was so sad.
I was kind of getting teary-eyed, definitely towards the end. It's just one of those movies, like feel good but beautiful message, but it's just so relatable.
Right.
Where
you're sad,
yeah,
fucking heart broke out
because it's
movies
real
on the plane. Or I remember I watched A Star Is Born on a plane for the first time, and I was crying, and I was like, Jesus, man, like on a plane, it's so fucking funny because like the people next to you are like, this kid's crying, like what the fuck? It's just the funniest. Like
they're taking videos of you, like
yeah, it's just the funniest dynamic to watch.
You're like,
a
Bradley
tearjerker
Cooper
on
just
a
pissed
plane.
himself at the Grammys. Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
why did he have to do that?
Like,
Bird, what did you think of Dominic Sessa, the young gentleman that plays Angus in it?
Ooh, yeah. So he was the kid that was developing that relationship with. Is his name Paul Giamatti? Yeah. I actually was surprisingly. I liked him. He grew on me because he's one of those characters where, like, he was able to play his character very well because they're trying to portray him as somebody who is like this angsty teen, rebels all the time, kicked out of multiple schools, but is also incredibly smart. And I thought he portrayed that so well. Like I always believed the whole time, like he had that wit to him and he was ready to just be quick with whatever the situation was and could handle the moment. And so, yeah, I really liked him. I was surprised by it, but I did. And I was more surprised by the cook in the movie. Divine
Joy Randolph, yeah.
So surprised by her. I absolutely loved her in it. She had some moments where it was like, I was getting caught up in her story a little too. Like everybody in there was just so believable and so relatable. Where that's cinema right there. Like that's movies. Just taking this simple concept, and that's what they did so wonderfully. And I think when I go into a movie thinking I'm gonna hate it, and I come out like that was awesome, I always got a soft spot in my heart for it.
Yeah, I love reading your Letterboxd reviews, so we'll just do that again really quick. It's shorter than the Spirited one was.
Thank
you
God.
said, man, I thought that this was beautiful. 4 stars. Didn't look like a movie I'd really like, but that's why you watch it, right? Really like the 70s style they brought to this. Felt like the movie was from that decade rather than the 2020s. All around just a good feel movie. This is what it's about. And I couldn't agree more.
About.
And honestly, you're right. Like this movie could be set at any time period and it's still going to work. It's just brilliant. I loved it. Yeah, I wish I would have had a little bit higher. It'll be the kind of movie that I watch every Christmas, though. It's just that perfect Christmas vibe.
I was thinking the same thing. It kind of is a good Christmas vibe. It's not over the top, but it gets you in the spirit.
It's in the Christmas canon. All right, what's your popcorn pick, Cerroni?
Okay, mine is okay. I put my phone in. Yeah, dude, this NC State team. Listen, well, no, I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna give a little twist.
Are you popcorn picking them their Thursday game when they tip off? Because we don't have the schedule yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a little betting advice. I mean, the easiest money you'll probably ever make is NC State money line against Marquette. But no, I'll do a different little twist to it. There's a lot of my boys that don't have. I feel bad for people who don't have sports teams. And if you just for a second can pick a team and dive in and get connected and fucking, I mean, dude, I follow all 5 of these guys on Instagram. I, for the past month, dove into how they play. It's so much fun. It just sports in general to pick a team and go all in and root for them and just like ride for them. If you're not a big, if you're kind of just dabbling here and there, pick somebody. Like my popcorn pick is just pick a team, get into it. It just makes it so much more fun through, especially like obviously a March Madness tournament, but even like the finals or whatever. It could be hockey, no matter what. When you have when you just start fucking loving these kids. It makes it so much better. Like you're out there playing with them. It's like you're standing up, you're yelling at your TV, you're freaking out, you're getting into it.
You're saying we when you're talking about them, like you just can't
all
help
about
yourself.
dude. It's all about
I bought the guys' merch. It's so much fun, and it could be a random ass 11 seed like NC State. But if you just get into it, I mean, obviously a lot of us played sports. All of us played sports growing up, and then you obviously, you go to college and you don't play sports because you're not fucking, you just can't make it. So you're almost like in it again. It's fucking awesome. And to follow the Cinderella story and the upset, it's just a beautiful thing, man. So, overall NC State, but yeah, just next time there's a tournament or the playoffs, just pick a team and get into it. It's so much fucking fun. It's a great ride. It's made this tournament a million times better for me. And the fact that they're winning and you got this big 300-pounder just with crazy touch. It's a beautiful thing, man. You got to do it. You got to try it if you haven't.
And we got to talk about this here. We got to clarify something because Mike's Mike's view of what a popcorn pick is completely different than what mine is. I would love to set some standards here, set some
boundaries,
some boundaries here. What is a popcorn pick? Somebody describe that to me right now.
Like a relevant
for our viewers.
A relevant thing in culture.
So,
right?
To a degree,
maybe I don't.
It should be is something that people can engage with and watch and listen to or experience, right?
Yeah,
so
NC
State, you'd be doing the game Friday night. His popcorn pick would be that game, okay? And I guess the previous two games, but they can't go. I mean, I guess they could go back and watch those, but the outcome already. But like Clark, picked a movie from 2008. Berg picked a movie from 2023. Those definitely fit the structure a little bit better. But I guess Friday night, once we have the tip-off time, it'll probably like 6:40 p.m. That works.
You know what? And I know my opinion doesn't mean a ton right now, just due to my time on this. But I think it's March. I think if you want to pick a basketball team to watch in March, I feel like that's a fair game.
I'm going to do the same thing in May with the Thunder. I'm going to be like, everybody should just be watching the Thunder every time that they play. So
right.
Yeah. I asked the question. I got the answer. This is sitting a lot more right with me. I get this now. And it's Emily Ryan 3. Sorry.
It's usually, I forgot what I was going to fucking. Yeah. Cause it's different too. Cause right now we're talking about March Madness, throughout the whole pod. So it kind of overlaps, but yeah, I've just been engulfed. DJ Burns has a couple mixtapes on SoundCloud. I've been listening to. I mean, this guy does it all. I just get engulfed in this team, and if it's not this team, just find a team. But yeah, next Friday night, man, Marquette's gonna be a hell of a fucking throwdown. I can't wait.
About a month and a half from now, our next big movie event will happen. So that correlates with my popcorn pick. Furiosa will come out May 15th. They just released a new trailer again this week, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, obviously directed by George Miller. It's the fourth installment in the Mad Max franchise. So my popcorn pick is Mad Max Fury Road. It is on HBO Max right now and Apple TV. If you want to go watch it, if you haven't seen it. It is 2 hours and 1 minute long, starring Charlize Theron, Tom Hardy, who else? Nicholas Hoult. I mean, a bunch of people are in this movie. Zoe Kravitz shows up in it.
Is so hot.
Riley Keough.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 2 hour. The best way to define it is it's a 2 hour chase movie. All right, so I'll read the letterbox thing. What a lovely day. An apocalyptic story set in the furthest reaches of our planet in a stark desert landscape where humanity is broken. And most everyone is crazed, fighting for the necessities of life. Water, oil. Within this world exist two rebels on the run who might just be able to restore order. I just think the most fascinating thing about this movie is the person that directed it. George Miller is like 94 years old and still cranking out these fucking bangers. The way that he shoots it is absolutely insane. Like, he's changing aspect ratios. He's going black and white when you go into the sandstorm. So if you like the world of Dune and being on that desert, Fury Road is just a great predecessor to that. I think it was definitely a significant influence on Villeneuve's vision for Dune. But fun fact about George Miller, he directed Mad Max Fury Road, but he also directed a little movie called Happy Feet, the Penguin film that's animated.
Aww.
So I just think that is fucking hilarious that he directed.
Range, baby.
You know, just a sweet, like practically silent
Range.
movie with the penguins, but he also directed one of the most violent, intense, action-packed thrillers that I've ever seen. So it is it's a lovely
2-hour
movie.
roller coaster.
Yes.
But it's a hell of a ride. Yeah. I might go back and dabble. Those are some of my favorite movies.
It'll be worth revisiting for Furiosa in particular. But all right, we are almost at the 2-hour mark on the recording session. So thank you guys for listening. Everybody enjoy the college basketball later this week. If you're fiending for basketball Monday through Wednesday, I'm sure there's going to be some good NBA games on. So if you're a basketball fan, like we talked about on the last pod, watch some NBA, man. There's still going to be basketball on the next 3 nights. You don't have to miss basketball.
We'll get there.
So yeah, it'll be fun. Berg, if you need any suggestions, that should have been my popcorn pick. I should have picked 3 games for the next 3 nights for people to watch. But the Lakers and Pacers are coming down to it right now, so I need to watch the end of this game. But thank you guys for listening. We will be back. Box Out Boys, are you guys going tomorrow night?
Yeah. We'll go live tomorrow.
We'll wait for that one.
So you guys will be able to hear them on Tuesday, and then we'll be back with Bordy and Petey later this week too. But all right, we'll see you guys on the other side. We love you. Peace out.